Let's just watch the nuke, guys. I think we've done enough preamble. Let's just watch the nuke at this point. Let's hit it, okay? This video is good. Let's fucking go!
The world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
We think the Houthi Ansarallah is doing what Houthi
fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dogs. Why am I held accountable? God forbid you throw up the fucking green Hamas banner. Happy birthday to you.
That's all the Twitch staff, by the way, making a personal video to Hasan. Happy birthday, Hasan. I mean, Twitch is really just sick for even making this guy the star of their whole platform. Remember when Twitch was for gaming? Remember when Ninja was the biggest streamer? That ruled, you know?
That was awesome.
Fortnite was the coolest thing ever.
That was chill.
Hasan and his whole goon squad, okay, are going to actually sink this entire website to the fucking ground. And maybe it needs to be sunk, right? But yeah, Twitch has definitely seen better days, dude.
Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
Oh, hi there. It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken. In that time, I've had 3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds, and I've pissed off 75% of the internet. Probably a lot of you guys, too. Actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas. Someone should
I like that he plays his own clips, his own fuck-ups, though. That's pretty...
Like, someone should fucking...
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Oh, yeah, and I got a tattoo also, so... I'm cool like that now. Left or right, I always thought that, despite our differences, there was one thing we could all agree on. And what was that? That we love America and everything she stands for.
Let's go.
Sure, there's plenty to criticize and endless things to improve, but I thought it was about making a more perfect union, not tearing it down. The thing is, there's something kind of scary brewing in America. Communism.
Yep. Let's fucking go.
I started a show a couple of years ago with my acquaintance, Hasan Piker. You might remember him from such classics as...
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it. Yeah. Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. That's not what I said, you dumb cracker bitch.
And of course, the left...
Dumb cracker bitch.
Yeah, that whole saga.
All the fucking classic clips.
Leftovers podcast, which was our show, which we made broadly to goof on the antics of the right. Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
Here is Ethan Klein being a delightful human being.
I was just going to say, if there's another Holocaust, if they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets...
Let's go.
Himself again.
Makes you look like a teacup star.
Oh, wow. Thank you. To Catch a Predator? Thank you for that. Let's go.
Okay.
Awesome.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And we went on making...
By the way, there was nothing wrong with that clip about Ben Shapiro, okay?
Oh, my God.
You know, I'm just kidding. I think it's wrong.
...show for about 2 years, and everything was good. Everyone was having fun. The audience was having fun. No problem. That was until this happened. We were doing our regular show, and for the first time I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. I don't hate the idea of like people who can be successful. I think it's good that people can achieve success in the term monetary success.
How
That's
dare
what that means,
he.
right? I do.
Being rich is wrong.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because I see so many people in the chat saying no.
I don't know what y'all are tripping about. Like, what the fuck do you
What
want?
is the idea that
you guys,
people are looking for?
You guys are all like radical communists? There's that many radical communists?
By the way, at least Ethan's a rich guy that fucking owns it. You know what I mean? You know, Hasan with this fucking $3 million house. I know everyone's talked about this, right? But imagine if Ethan was the exact same way. Meanwhile, his wife owns like this clothing company that's making them millions of dollars a year. They have this giant podcast. I mean, the Kleins make a ridiculous assload of money, right? And they're cool with that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Meanwhile, Hasan makes probably more money, to be honest with you. I mean, everyone's Twitch earnings got leaked a few years ago, and that was years ago, right? Hasan makes tons of money, but he doesn't let, and he lives like a hedonistic lifestyle where it's like, It's all about the riches. It's all about the new car that I got, my designer dog. You know what I mean? My rich ass fucking house.
Yeah.
Oh, but I bought this for my parents, guys. I bought this for my parents.
Well, don't you understand? Socialism is when no house. That's like the counter argument.
Oh, he
to that,
needs a
is
house,
like,
Augie. You can't criticize him for that. He needs a place to live. Yeah, a $3 million place to live in LA.
You don't need that.
You know, it's a city with like the most homeless people in the fucking nation.
Yeah, you don't fucking need that.
No, you
to
don't.
survive.
Yeah.
Unless you like being rich, which then you probably should back off of the socialism, communism a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
If you like it so much. Which
What's
is,
wrong
you know,
with capitalism? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck it, chat. You're watching a capitalist pig. Deal with it. And then this happened. This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head.
If you're in a socialist country with multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist, what would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more
Re-education?
re-education, certainly. Yeah. There
Re-educate capitalists into being socialists.
Yeah, so if people
So what happens if that doesn't work? Which it wouldn't, by the way.
Well, they wouldn't, but also he's openly like, just go against the will of the people.
Right.
Why would I agree with the will of the people? Ethan's question is literally, if they starts gaining power, gaining momentum, he's like, oh, no, we will re-educate the will of the people. Like, that's absolutely
Right. He's
wrong.
like, we're social democrats. You know, Democrats. We like democracy. You know what I mean?
Coming for you, Hasan.
Hassan's saying we don't like that, actually. We want to instill our own values, socialism and leftism or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And Ethan's like, well, what if people don't fuck with that? What if they don't
too
like that
bad.
at all? Well, don't worry. We'll re-educate them. Okay, but then what?
And also how? How do you plan on re-educating them?
Mandatory education
At a camp?
at a camp?
Where is this going to happen and how is this going to happen?
And that's the Hasan fan excuse, right? It's like, he didn't say anything about camps. Okay, so what would it be? It would be, obviously it would be mandatory education, right? Or would it not be?
yeah.
How would that work then?
yeah.
right?
How do you actually expect to implement this? Or is this just an idea you just fantasize out of your balls?
Right. Obviously, the end result of this would be something forced upon the people, right?
Yes.
And that's kind of the issue that people take an issue with, right?
Yes.
should be an enforcement mechanism. And in that enforcement mechanism, I think like rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
If putting capitalists in re-education...
And also the wording he's using, rehabilitation, for
Yeah, well-
daring to be a capitalist.
Yeah, he says enforcement mechanism, but he doesn't clarify what that is. Obviously, that means a camp.
Yes.
What is the enforcement mechanism?
Yes. What is the thing that every communist country in the world has done when there's resistance to it? How many people have died under communism?
Education camps isn't disturbing enough, I started to notice that Hasan was carrying a lot of water for communist states, war crimes, and genocides.
What do you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river.
Nice.
The annexation of Crimea is absolutely a justifiable annexation. Tibet was literally a fucking feudal slave mandate, autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in fucking normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and took
China
over.
unilaterally took over Tibet,
Like,
squelched
these are-
their culture. They basically are trying to, homogenize the culture.
If your culture,
They're trying to swell the religion and
the part
identity.
of
and they did them
feudal
a favor.
warlords and slavery, abolishing that, yes, I do think that is good.
No, China did them a favor.
This is a good way to describe Taiwan as well. The American
Taiwan.
federal government going to the fucking South and killing, unfortunately not all of them, but a decent amount of slavers and defenders of slavery.
I like how he defends China in this case as if China doesn't have slavery or child labor.
Right.
What are we talking about? China fucking
saved them from it,
Tibet
guys.
from slavery.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who's fucking funding this guy, by the way?
Yeah.
Unironically, this is
Why?
the question that I had when I first watched this video. Who's funding Hasan?
Yeah.
You know, is he just like actually like Chinese like state affiliated media? I mean, that's
How could
literally
you say that?
right. Like I remember when the Russian-Ukraine war started, and they were like Twitter was like labeling people as like state affiliated
What
accounts.
if they try to escape your communist utopia? We'll just build a wall that works
Yeah.
in right.
Oh,
You know, I
yeah.
remember like Jackson Hinkle and like all these accounts were getting labeled as like Russian state affiliated media, and everyone had a big issue with that. What is Hasan? You know, why is he carrying so much water for China anyway?
Right.
Like, what's the motivation there?
Well, I think it's either he's paid or his also entire political mindset is literally just America bad.
Right.
And China is like one of America's biggest
Okay, well then get the fuck out of my country then, bitch. We don't want you here.
Okay.
You know, what is this? Why are you allowed to broadcast here if you're going to just say this shit, you know?
This is violent.
I mean, remember when all these conservative guys got busted a few months ago for getting funded by Russia? It was like a big scandal. Lauren
Yeah.
Shin, Lauren Southern, Tim Pool.
Yeah.
All these, and everyone was all up in arms about this. Why does nobody care about this? Okay, Hasan is literally Chinese state affiliated media, and this is cool? We're okay with this? I'm not.
Violent retribution from a powerful federal government
Tibet was a separate
squashed. Okay.
Tibet is the South in the Civil War?
Yes.
And most disturbingly, a complete whitewashing of the Chinese genocide against their Muslim minority group, the Uyghurs. Don't they have Uyghur death camps? Is that?
It's not a death camp. It's
Immediately downplayed it.
It just sounds like a retard. It's not a death camp. Guys, it's not a death camp.
They were re-education camps, and they are no longer in operation.
Is that
according
true?
to the Associated?
Oh, so is that the re-education camps Hasan would be cool with for a capitalist?
Yeah.
Communist America?
I think so.
It'd be exactly like the Uyghur death camps
in China.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, isn't there like pictures of it? Like they're all like tied up and shirtless and, you know, I mean, it literally looks like.
No, but don't
terrible.
worry. They'll be allowed to play soccer.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, dude.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
And then he's like, according to Associated Press, and Ethan's about to just immediately slaughter that argument here.
Yeah, let's play that.
They were re-education camps, and they are no longer in operation.
Is that
according
true?
to the Associated Press?
Okay. I saw this
But yeah,
crazy
they're-
documentary, and I don't know. I don't know the surrounding narrative or anything about it, but it was about there was doctors in the area. They would be able to procure organs.
No,
or-
that's no.
I'm telling you, they were in China with.
Oh, that one is like Shenyun,
They're like, we
Falun
could
Gong.
get you an organ from a Uyghur. But why is that? Is that really that crazy?
The Associated Press quietly fucking wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream media about how like, okay, well, you know, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like all the re-education camps are closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's like very different vibes in Xinjiang. And now, you know, it's the
Doesn't
tourism
pull up
hour.
the article, doesn't show it.
He's just talking out of his ass.
Yeah, I wish he would show it.
Let's see what the.
Can I deport Hasan to Turkmenistan?
Well, apparently Hasan thinks Turkmenistan is Yemen because he took a geography quiz, right?
Oh,
he didn't
no.
know where Yemen was. And
Yeah.
he clicked Turkmenistan, which is in a different side. By the way, I'm a complete geography autist, okay? Later in this video, you're going to see me fucking just stroke my shit and fucking nut. Because Ethan makes this point, right? That is so fucking funny. Where, Hasan probably didn't even know where Israel or Saudi Arabia was on a map. He actually doesn't. Hasan took a fucking geography quiz, right? And he's like trying to find where Yemen is on a map. You know, the country with the Houthi terrorists that Hasan loves so much, right? He couldn't fucking find it. He clicked like 12 different countries in the Middle East, right? Misses all of them, and he's like, oh shit, there it is, or whatever, right? When that clip comes up, I'm gonna fucking scream because it's so fucking funny.
Associated Press actually had to say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years. UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a U.S. research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
Oh,
It's the tourism hour.
To China's fury, UN accuses Beijing of Uyghur rights abuses.
Tourism hour.
Uyghur County in China has the
They were
highest
just
prison rate in the
re-education
world.
camps, by the way.
Yeah. They're just fun little camps. Just like summer
re-education
camps.
Yeah, basically.
It's like
according to
Charlie
Hasan.
Brown.
They were
you
not
know?
death camps, though. The genocide, that was not true.
Yeah.
1 in 25 people is in a Chinese prison.
It's the tourism hour.
48 Uyghurs detained in Thailand for almost 11 years on hunger strike who protest their imminent deportation to China where they face imprisonment or execution.
Not only does this AP article seem not to exist, reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. Hasan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience. Why is he defending China's genocide of their Muslim population? How does this even make sense? It only makes sense if A, he's being paid, or B, he has the political complexities of a 5-year-old. I know America bad is a meme that people laugh at online, but with Hasan, this does actually seem to be the beginning and the end of his analysis.
2 principles.
Oh, but don't worry, guys. He loves America. Hasan will go on streams all the time and be like, I love America. I'm just what does he call him? A marabou? He's a weeaboo for America
God.
or whatever, right? The only
Probably.
reason why Hasan likes America is because he likes porn stars.
Oh,
That's
God.
literally Hasan likes America because he likes porn stars and fast food. That's that. Don't be fooled in his streams when he's like, guys, I don't hate America. I love America, right? No, you like porn stars and fast food. That's the extent of your love for America. That's it.
Let me explain to you 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. So when I look at other countries, I look at the regional actor, whoever the regional power player is, and then I look at who is backed by the Western superpowers. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
After seeing all of this,
Never side with the Western force. He's openly saying never side with America. No matter what. I'm sure there's times you can criticize America. He's not nuanced. He's like 100% of the time, America bad. regardless of anything.
Got it.
Already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is. And then this happened.
We have breaking news out of Israel this morning where Hamas has launched a surprise attack within Israel's borders overnight.
After the shock of October 7th, I noticed a huge increase of anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's stream and Discord, including from his head mod. I was disturbed that Hasan was seemingly okay with this.
Can you do you care that your chat is calling you racist? Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Moderate that
I
at
have
all?
not looked at my chat at all, but you
I
have
just opened it, but don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about?
By the way, every stream Hasan does, he's looking at the chat. So
What
Yeah,
your
he
audience
always
cares about
There's
me?
32,000 people in here right now.
I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels, and I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, "Who the fuck is this child? Cold,
Ethan,
arrogant, and
Ethan,
this fuck."
I love you, but there's
Why don't
only
you
so
moderate?
much I can
How
do.
can you be surprised when your Discord is literally full of fucking?
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right? Like
Hasan's chat
Oh, by the way, Hasan, again, he's a leftist who prescribes to the idea that you're responsible for your audience completely.
Yeah.
Right? If Hasan took one look at my chat, right? Look, if Hasan took one look at my super chats, I'm the biggest racist of all time.
What's up, Augustus? Did Bo Blacks feel good inside you?
By the way, I'd like to take back that argument I just made. It's,
Terrible.
yeah. No, but if you looked at my fucking donations or any of the people in the chat, if you saw one guy, if you saw little fucking Froky, I'm the biggest racist, I'm the biggest, I need to go.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking, but his chat, no, he can't moderate that.
Well, the other thing he says that, and this is the sweep for Hasan, is that he's saying there's not much I can do when you're making that argument, Ethan. So they're basically saying the cope and the excuses, well, you're making an extremely racist, Islamophobic, Zionist argument. Therefore, there's nothing I can do now outside of my control, which automatically assumes that Ethan does not have a reasonable position on the conflict, right? So it takes all accountability away from himself, and he's like, when you say stuff like that, there's not much I can do. It's like, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That's just pointless. It's all a deflection. That's the sweep. That's the Hasan sweep.
Exactly. He'll sweep for himself, but not for others.
Yeah.
chat had been calling me a Zionist, baby-killing genocider. Maybe it is unreasonable that I'm asking him to moderate his chat for a friend. He doesn't even know where I'm coming from because it's not something he would ever ask for.
And all these other content creators actually, whipping their communities when their chat is going fucking absolutely bananas over random dumb shit and bringing my name up for no fucking reason. That you were just allowing that shit to run rampant in your chat, and I thought that was fucked up. Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do, especially as someone who thought we were fucking friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation for someone who you consider to be a friend.
The problem.
Oh, wow. So he expects his other friends to sweep for him in the chat and make sure the chat's not calling him, a fucking retard or whatever they're calling him, right?
Because that makes his pussy mad when he
exactly. He gets real upset. But when Ethan makes the same request of him, nope. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. There's nothing I can do about it, man. Shit.
Yep.
Okay.
That he was pro-Palestinian, because I share a lot of those views, and I've been a stalwart supporter of the Palestinian cause for many years. The problem with Hasan's coverage, and a lot of people like him, was their complete lack of empathy for the Jewish people who were frankly slaughtered by Hamas. He refused to show even a crumb of empathy for the Jewish victims. But listen to what this guy has to say.
And as you might have seen, there was some sort of rave or desert party where they were having a great time until the resistance came and electrified hang gliders and took at least several dozen hipsters. But I'm sure they're doing very fine despite what the New York Post says. But nobody had seen this coming.
I mean, that's insane, right?
I don't even. Yeah. Okay. Like.
Okay.
I don't.
I'm just criticizing people. You don't have to comment if you're not comfortable about it. I honestly felt at times that he and his audience barely thought.
The guy is literally like, we went and slaughtered a bunch of fucking hippie civilians. This is awesome. And then Hasan's like, okay, I don't know what you want me to say about that.
Oh, really? Suddenly he just has no commentary. Ethan's like, this is insane, right? Hasan's like, I guess.
Okay, whatever.
Why? What is the hesitancy there? I don't understand.
Thought of Israelis as humans. But this dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
Part of
What?
Baby settlers, by the way.
Oh my God, this guy is so dumb.
running defense for Hamas is downplaying the violence, specifically the sexual violence, which he's done a lot of.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend.
Hasan doesn't care about rape.
Yep.
Wow.
The dynamic doesn't change. If rape happened, it doesn't add a worse aspect to the
Leftist.
concept. Yeah, like he's even saying, I don't believe it happened, but even if it did, it wouldn't matter.
Dude,
He
okay.
can't even say, well, yeah, rape would be bad if it happened. But it didn't.
Interesting.
Contend with, like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not, like, so good. They have magical bullets. The Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not, like, so good. They have magical bullets. It's not perfect. Perfect.
Of course, if you compare the raw numbers, Gazans have lost a lot more than Israelis. 40,000 people have died, and neighborhoods have been completely flattened during this war. And while we should keep their plight at the top of our minds at all time, it also doesn't mean that we should disregard the lives of the Jewish people who are also...
How dare he?
Yeah.
How dare he?
He said... I thought this guy was like an Israel supremacist or something like that, right? Like I was being told that he's this crazy fucking unhinged Israel supremacist guy. I'm not seeing like the wild take yet. I don't know. I mean,
it seems like a very expected take and a very reasonable take from someone who grew up in Israel.
Right. Like I'm not really
family.
seeing the craziness here or what I should be like outraged at, even as somebody that's fucking crazy myself.
I thought he was calling for like the death of kids in Palestine or something.
Right, or something like that. Again, I've gone on Twitter. I've seen crazy shit of like just like these like Jewish accounts that are like, kill them all.
Yeah.
Nuke them all.
God hates you. God hates you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And
like
it's
I'm not
like-
hearing Ethan say anything close to that. Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to get outraged at over here? This seems like the most like middle of the. It's not even middle of the road. You know what I mean? He outright supports.
It's leaning Palestine.
And again, I don't give a fuck. I truthfully speak, I really do not give a fuck about this conflict, one way or the other.
Right.
It's not my conflict. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
care. But
Hasan,
I'm not
will
seeing
talk
anything.
about anything. Ethan, dude, that guy getting excited over civilian deaths is nuts, right? Hasan, no comment.
Yeah, that's literally what just happened in that clip.
Yeah, literally. Like Hasan or Ethan seems like the regular guy here, and Hasan just seems like a raging dumbass.
Yeah.
Who am I supposed to get upset at over here?
affected by this, even if their suffering on the whole is not as great. Some of you may know that I'm an Israeli dual citizen. My wife is Israeli, my kids are half Israeli, and my entire in-law is Israeli. I lived there for 5 years, and I grew a closeness with the country and its people. One of the biggest issues between me, Hasan, and his community was that
And again, if that's Ethan's take, right? And he's still labeled as like a Zionist, like fucking genocide supporting supremacist anyway, right? Then honestly, I am sympathetic to Ethan's position of like, okay, well, if you're not even criticizing my stated politics and my stated like advocacy for Palestine, then this, what else is it other than just me being a Jewish guy or somebody that lived in Israel?
Well, what's
when
the other
Ethan makes that
solution?
argument, logically that makes sense. Like, what else could it be?
Well, also, like, what is the other solution besides what Ethan believes, which is a two-state solution?
Right.
It's just that Israel has to be wiped off the map. That's what it is.
Afghanistan at all costs.
Yeah, literally.
I saw that, yeah.
Oh,
no,
my
but yeah,
God.
it's like, so his stake is, let's do a moderate position where we should have a two-state solution. You should not be genociding people in Gaza. Israel's government bad. We should think about Gazans at the top of our mind, make sure that doesn't happen. But Israel shouldn't be wiped off the map. They're like, fuck you, you're a Zionist fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
What's the alternative then? Okay, that's the criticism. What's the alternative? Kill all of it?
Kill them all?
Kill
I mean, one way or the other, it's like kill them all this way or kill them all that way.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. His position is don't kill them, do a two-state solution, and then everyone's mad at him. And he's going there like, what the fuck? What are you guys saying? I don't support any of this, right?
Yeah.
And again, what logically else could it be?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to... Again, what's the argument here? You know? And if if that really is the argument, right? And Hassan's like, dude, you're a Jew. Then admit
like,
that.
okay.
You know, be the guy that hates Jews. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. No, I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with having that radical of a position, right? If that's your fucking take, okay, then be that guy.
He's hiding his power level.
You know, do it, okay? Say that that's the fucking thing here, right? You know, again, like the people on the right will tell you that. You know, when you go on Twitter and you see like Groypers or Nick Fuentes or Myron or Sneeko,
They're like, we don't like
they'll
Jews.
tell you that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, we don't like Jews. So
I
be
mean,
that
the Free
guy.
Palestine movement always says the complete annihilation.
What's the fuck? I don't understand. Like, what's the problem with just like being honest with what your position is? Or if that's not your position, then give me the other argument, right? But I'm not really hearing it, you know? So just be that guy. Like, what's wrong with that?
I guess that's just you're worried about losing your sponsorship and your ads or whatever.
Right. So that's why you have to hide your power level, which is the accusation we're making.
Yeah.
The accusation we're making is that you're hiding your power level and you're getting mad.
Yeah.
Sounds like that
The
we're
truth.
dead on. Sounds like we're actually accurate, right?
Yeah.
Again, what's wrong with being the radical guy? Why is that bad? Aren't we cool with extremism? Isn't Hassan's whole position is like extremism is good when it's on the left? Okay. Well, let's practice some extremism then, dude. Let's be fucking real. Let's be honest about this shit. Because everyone on the right is honest. You know, when I go on Twitter, the right is honest, right? They're fucking going off.
Like the
They're going
radical right, yeah.
hard in the fucking paint.
Yeah.
But everyone on the left are like pussies about it. They're all like afraid of actually looking like crazy radicals. It's like, what? Isn't that cool? Isn't that what you guys LARP as? Aren't we all into Stalin and Lenin and stuff, right? Shouldn't we be radical? Shouldn't we kill people, kill them all? Okay. You know? Well, again, like let's see some honesty, but they're not going to do that.
No.
I am in favor of a two-state solution, while they are in favor of a one-state solution. Their theory is that after the October 7th attack, Israel should just dissolve its borders and let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained.
What do you think Israel should have done in response to October 7th?
Instead of indiscriminately bombing Gaza, I think the first thing to do in that situation would be to dismantle the government in the way that it existed, like get Netanyahu out of power.
Okay. So you're saying...
Dismantle the government.
Just dismantle the government.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Hasan is just a Nick Fuentes.
Well, he doesn't want to admit that, though, right? He doesn't want to own that he's like the Nick Fuentes of the left, if you want to say that, right? He doesn't want to own that. He's afraid.
Right.
And I think that that's gay.
Yeah.
Like, just be honest.
Yeah, well, so like here, his immediate, and he's going to walk it back slightly, but his immediate response, he's like, what should Israel do? Dismantle the government. That's his instant response.
Okay, dude. Yeah. Nice fantasy, by the way. Nice jack off, feel good fantasy. Just like most of what your politics is. We should have free healthcare. We should have free schooling. We should have free this. We should have free that. We should all be given money every month by the government. We should all be given food every month. Yeah. Nice jack off fantasy. Okay. Let's talk reality for a second. Okay. What actually can happen here?
Israel, in response, hold on, dude. You're saying in response to this terrorist attack, Israel should have dismantled their own government.
The first set of actions would be to democratically take Netanyahu out of power. Yes.
The problem is...
Then he says democratically. So first he's like, dismantle the government. Then he's like, okay, well, let's do it democratically in response.
And by the way, guess what? That second part, Ethan actually agrees with. So again, I'm struggling to see here what the fucking craziness is. Why should I be like, oh, fuck Ethan? I don't see it.
Yeah, he's critical of Netanyahu, right? Isn't he like, he doesn't like Netanyahu's
Yes, he's about to say that right now. Let me play it.
That Israel's been at war with its neighbors for 70 plus years, and it makes a lot of sense that there'd be some distrust there. Is it really insane to think that Jews, as an ethnic minority in Israel, would not be safe? After all, Israel is a country of refugees. If the Jews didn't come from Europe after the Holocaust, they came from the surrounding Arab countries that expelled them in massive amounts following the 1948 war. In fact, there was more Jews displaced than Palestinians during the Nakba. 1 million Jews. All of these surrounding Arab countries had vibrant Jewish communities in huge number, hundreds of thousands. Now, if you look at them, you're looking at close to, if not literally, 0 Jews left in these countries.
Just to give you an idea, here's a visual representation of the Jewish refugees after 1948. Morocco had 265,000 Jews. Now it has 2,000. Algeria had 140,000. Now it has about 50. Iraq had 150,000 Jews. Now 10. And I want to give a special shout out to my boy over in Afghanistan. One known Jew.
One known
Jew. We love him.
One known Jew.
A single guy just
they know who
out.
he is.
Like,
they know where he is.
We know where you live.
We're like, we've all got a big eye on you. Okay, watch out, buddy. Holy shit.
He's the one Afghan Jew.
They were forced to leave their homes, their lives, their property, and migrate to the only place in the world that would accept them, which was Israel. The irony of this whole situation is that after the 1948 war, when Israel won the war to declare its independence, the Arab countries got super anti-Semitic against their own Jewish citizenry that had nothing to do with Israel. And as a result, they kicked them all out, 1 million plus of them, and forced them to go the one place they hated the most, Israel. And now those same people that forced them out of their homes are telling them they don't belong there. So if the Jews of Israel are surrounded by Islamic militant terrorist groups that have stated their goal is to annihilate Israel as a Jewish state, and considering the historical context of Jews being pogromed from Arab countries, is it really that crazy for them to not feel safe as an ethnic minority, even a little bit? And that's pretty much the entirety of our disagreement. Despite what you've read on TikTok and Twitter, I've donated $6,500 to a Palestinian charity after the war started.
Hey, Ethan Klein, thank you for the dono. Ethan Klein gave $6,500. My goat. Thank you, Ethan.
Condemned.
Wow. Dude, on Hasan's stream, too.
That sounds like, what a goat.
Wow.
And it just doesn't matter.
It's not enough.
You can still just be falsely labeled whatever they want you to be.
Right.
Netanyahu was a war criminal. They're led by Netanyahu, who should resign in disgrace and go to prison for being a war criminal. Called the West Bank settlements an abomination. Settlers in the West Bank are religious zealots. They're monsters. They're genocidal.
How dare he?
Yeah.
How dare this guy?
West Bank settlers are valid military targets. When you talk about like colonial settlers and stuff, like that's what's actually happening in the West Bank right now. And these people are more or less valid military targets, in my opinion. My only crime is wanting a two-state solution instead of one, and thinking it's not okay to kill Israeli civilians. That's it. That's why they're calling me a Nazi Zionist. And because of Hasan and others spreading this malicious lie about my beliefs, I'm even getting harassed on the street.
So how come you don't like Palestine?
I like Palestine.
No, you don't.
Why do you say that?
Because, well, you're... wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Mandatory service.
The most soy talking point ever.
Hilo's in the IDF.
It's so gay when it whenever people say that. It's just so gay. It's like you're just completely like useless.
That's terrorism, bro.
She was born there.
That's sad. Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist.
Look at the fucking.
You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan. Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist, bro. I'm tired of all these coward Americans in the South trying to act like they're so tough. Oh, I'm American. Oh, you don't even.
He's talking to you.
Who is this guy?
This is the douchebag that confronted Ethan.
You don't run your own country, bro.
You know, it really doesn't help.
Hasan is like a legit Nazi, no questions about it.
It really doesn't help that this guy looks like the most stereotypical guy that Ethan would cover. You know, this looks like
Yeah.
This literally looks like the most classic Ethan Klein 2015
Like
era
lolcow.
villain or something.
Yeah, where like that. Who's that one? The black dude that like made all the music videos. He looks like a mix of like Matt Haas plus that guy.
Yeah,
plus
literally.
all of them. It's like what the fuck.
You don't
This guy looks like he totally belongs in an Ethan Klein video.
run your own country. A foreign country.
Fun fact that last Jew in Afghanistan had a documentary made on him called Kabbalah Kabul.
Oh shit.
Name Israel.
Oh, by the way, we hit the goal, ladies
Let's
and gentlemen.
go. W.
We hit the goal. THD is going to continue.
Wow.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you guys for all
Now,
the help.
let's make Aiden cry.
Yeah, just you know what? Just fuck it, dude.
Fuck it.
Why not?
Run your country. Oh my God, bro! I love you, Hasan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sweaty.
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're
So this is a Sneeko fan, by the way.
Yep. That's
Apparently.
the cope. That's
the
the
coolest guy in
cope.
the world, bro. Hold on, I think I look gay now. Hold on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, I think I look gay now. Hold on.
I think I look gay in that photo.
That was the troll, I guess. That was the epic troll.
Yeah. Again, you'd think if this guy was a troll, he'd be saying shit like, fight Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
You know, attack Sam Hyde. But he doesn't do that for some reason. I wonder why.
Right. Because he likes him.
The funny thing about me, I don't like terrorism, and I don't like terrorists. If they're Jews, Christians, Muslims, they're all bad. What is terrorism? It's intentionally targeting civilian population for political goals. I don't like it. None of it. And over time, I started to learn that my co-host, he really likes terrorists.
This is just insane to me. that
Dude, this
even
clip.
happened.
How is this not banned?
They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made
This
this?
isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing his guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan. They're taking over these ships. They started targeting the ships. People on this helicopter right now?
Yes.
They're streaming this?
Yeah.
Hassan's watching a bunch of terrorists raid a ship or whatever and take a crew hostage at gunpoint.
Yep.
And he's playing this like it's like a segment on After Hours. Like he's just watching somebody's video and just reacting to it normally.
Yeah, just
This
hanging
is
out.
like, this is actually the most like batshit crazy thing I think I've ever seen streamed on Twitch, especially something that didn't get fucking nuked.
Yeah, it didn't get nuked, and also he's just about to lie about the entire nature of the event and what happened and who they are and what the ship is.
I just gotta stress this too. This is fucking Twitch, the most sensitive website that has ever existed on the internet. You can get banned for these. You can be black and say the soft A N-word and get banned, right?
True.
You can, you know,
The speed is still permabanned to this day for the whole like who's gonna stop
who's
me
gonna
joke.
stop me?
Yeah, the who's gonna stop me joke. He's permabanned to this day, I believe, right?
No,
Still
he's
banned.
back. But
he's
they
back.
banned him for like 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3
whatever,
years,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrent. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah.
Oh yeah, Gideon was banned for years because
the Pokemon.
because he said tell everyone in Pokemon chat El Pokemon. That was enough to get him like just permanently nuked. Right. So it's like, but Hasan can actually watch like live leak tier videos, right? I mean, he's not watching them getting like their
The only
fucking
thing
faces
missing is
cut
gore.
off.
The only thing missing is gore. Everything
Yeah.
else is live leak tier.
Yeah, he can watch gore videos up until the actual gore, and
that's
not.
fine.
It's completely normal.
Yeah.
What?
Is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do you like them or no?
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say. But they are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
So here he is saying he doesn't have any issue with terrorist organizations like Middle Eastern terrorists. He doesn't have an issue with them. Why?
Why would you not?
I don't know. Especially if you love America.
West always bad. That's what he said earlier.
Oh, okay.
West always wrong.
Got it.
I do not like them then.
Well,
He is regarded as a pretty brilliant a person in terms of like everything that he's done.
He's watching propaganda videos and describing the people in them as brilliant people. Remember also when he was going after that one congressman, who was it? Dan Crenshaw, the congressman who lost his eye fighting in the Middle East, and he was like some brave warrior, like fucked his eye hole. He described it like a very like demonic way or something,
Yeah, it was
right?
insane.
Praising, he's been doing this shit for years, right?
Yep.
Then I saw clips like this where Hasan is explaining how he's hiding his power level to funnel in normies into radicalization.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda. You want America, in the way that I feel about it, and if you want America to get out of the way for places with more revolutionary potential to do what they would normally do, I think that, you know, one thing you have to do is advocate for a lighter form while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond, you know,
right.
social democracy.
Oh, so here he's just giving the game away for some reason.
What is he talking about? Is the sweep that he's talking about someone else?
Right.
Is that what the sweep is here?
Or is he talking about himself? He's like, it sounds like he's saying that you have to give like a lighter, more palatable version of your views.
Yeah.
You know, to really propagandize people. I mean, this is some interesting stuff right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. And wasn't what he was saying before is like he's always been open?
Yeah.
He's always been open about what he believes in. Okay.
Democratic idea.
I just wanted to like put emphasis on the exact point of the so-called radicalization funnel, where, for example, Hasan and JT catch them while they're young, as they say, and then they start looking into this new idea, etc., and then move forwards through the funnel, get more and more informed, get more and more radicalized. Now, you do your part in the funnel for the cause, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're doing, in my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan during our very first
the co-host
conversation.
is like
Lied to me
Hasan.
about how he's a
Hold
social
on.
democrat to hide his
The
power
co-host
level.
is
Oh my
like,
God.
Hasan, you're great. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for the hard work you do, funneling people down the radical pipeline.
Yeah.
After he said that. So, I mean, I don't know.
And again, I thought we were all against, these are the same people that invented the right-wing pipeline on YouTube, where it's like, you watch a Ben Shapiro video,
And then you're watching.
then you watch someone else, then you watch someone else, then you watch Nick Fuentes, then you're watching videos of people getting killed, and you're okay, but these people are saying, no, watch our pipeline instead.
The only context that can make this somehow where Ethan is fucking Hasan here is if immediately after the co-host says that, he's like, Hasan says, whoa, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt that happened.
No.
There's no way that's what happened.
Absolutely not. These are evil people.
Yeah.
The funnel for the cause, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're doing, in my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan during our very first conversation lie to me about how he's a social democrat to hide his power level.
We should move towards a Sweden-style economy or a Norway-style economy, which would be a social democracy
You have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda.
with robust social safety nets
Cold radicalization funnel, catch them while they're young, as they say.
and protections for workers like higher unionization rates.
A lighter form while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond social democratic ideas.
Hell, he's proclaimed it loudly that he is a self-described propagandist.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no,
For the record.
no, I'm not calling
I'm
you that. I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then,
I'm saying I am.
I just
Before
want
you
to
even play it.
Is he trying to look cool here? Like, what is he saying? Why is he saying this?
Yeah, I mean, the charitable take is that he's meaning to say that he has bias. Like, of course I'm biased, but I think he knows what the term propagandist means, especially if he wants to claim that he's a political, like, pundit, commentator.
I'm a propagandist.
You know what it means.
I'm a
You're
propagandist.
not misspeaking or saying the wrong word.
You understand? Like, and the Hasan community cope I've seen for this clip too is like, propagandist doesn't mean that you're a liar. You know, some propaganda can be true. Propagandist has a very inherently negative connotation.
Yeah.
Retards. Like, obviously,
Absolutely does.
you don't generally want to be known as a propagandist. It sort of implicitly implies that you're kind of spinning a narrative that's maybe a little bit full
implied.
of shit.
It's literally like by definition that it's like especially dishonest.
Yeah.
It's especially
well,
dishonest.
they're saying
So
that it's
like-
not. Some propaganda can be truthful or good or something, right? All
Yeah.
propaganda they think propaganda means they think all propaganda
It's
means
just a little bias.
It's just a point. Well, they don't even say that. They just think propaganda is a really good argument.
Oh my god.
That's what they think.
Wow.
That's what they think it means. Okay.
A propagandist is much more than someone with a bias. It's someone who knowingly lies to further their political agenda.
And then I had a terrifying vision. Had I been duped? Was Hasan presenting a
And this is the clip that they're all clip chipping where they're like, Ethan's crazy, he's delusional. Holy shit.
most obvious sarcasm of all time about to happen right here.
Yeah.
Horsed my community, where he was just a left-leaning Democrat like myself, and as he said in the previous video, was funneling them into radicalization and turning them against me.
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Dude, liberals are a burden on this planet, dude. Liberals are the most, like, scummy, vile fucking idiots. Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals, dumb fucking liberals.
What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan. And for that, I apologize. I should have done more research, and I should have looked more deeply into who I was getting in bed with before they gave me chlamydia. Sorry, Hila. Over the past year since the show ended, I continue to watch Hasan.
Hasan gave Ethan chlamydia? Taking everything literally.
Yeah, it's like the level of argument.
That's everything that they just watched. They take that extremely literally.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sort of like exaggerating for fun or for content or anything.
Nope.
Platform, promote, and propagandize terrorist organizations. And every time it happened on Twitch, I would say, man, this time surely he went too far and someone's got to do something. But as the time...
By the way, is there a single left-wing streamer that's funny? I'm trying to think. You know, the only one I can think of is Mr. Girl.
Oh my god!
Unironically,
probably. He does have some comedy.
Infrared Haas. I haven't seen a good Haas clip in years.
Yeah, he used to be funny.
He used to be funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
Brainy Cat says hello and glad you are doing well.
Yo.
Love to see you still doing your thing.
Thank you.
Always got your guys back and say hi to the gang.
What's up, Brandon Cat? Long time no see, man. What's up?
Yeah.
Time went on, nothing happened.
Yeah, I can't think of any other. No
one is intentionally. I mean, Xander Hall's funny to watch as a lol cow, but he's not intentionally funny.
Right. Are there any of these guys that are just naturally good that are not even comedians? Like people are bringing up like Cumtown or something like that. I don't know. Not even comedians though. I'm talking about like just actual political streamers. Are there any of these guys like charismatic or good streamers? Anyone? Know. I think Mr. Girl might be the only one that's ever made me laugh.
Funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've actually laughed at this dumb, insane shit.
And his views got more and more radical and more disturbing. I feel it's my obligation, after mainstreaming someone like Hasan, to take this on. And so it was war. Nuclear war.
I stand before you following the footsteps of intellectual giants.
One thing
as
we've been hearing
nothing
for weeks.
but a simple man.
Now,
a simple man who understands right from wrong.
Yeah.
I
you're an
somehow
important,
think that
influential voice to a lot of people.
I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb bimbo. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've gotten dumb too. It's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
Let's go.
And there are babies that
like
well, can you just shut the fuck up, bloodthirsty, violent doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen.
Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring.
Let's go.
I'm gonna get some water real quick, but you can keep playing.
All right.
Our program. Meanwhile, at Twitch HQ, the marketing team is strategizing on a new advertising vertical.
My friends at Twitch headquarters, the executives, the influencers, Hasan, nice to see you, Frogan, front row.
Rogan, front row.
I am here to present to you an extraordinarily exciting opportunity. We have not tapped this market yet. Now, don't panic, okay? Because you're going to want to panic when I tell you, but listen and learn. Who's billions of dollars, eager to spend it? And what, people are too cowardly to reach out and take the money?
Not us.
Terrorism. Terrorism. Twitch is perfect. You can broadcast it straight into the veins of 18 to 35-year-old men. So here's what I'm suggesting. Hasan Piker. Yeah, we'll get drinks after the show. No, you. He's such a great guy. No, you. Give it up for Hasan Piker, everybody. Happy birthday, buddy. This dude can package anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism like nobody else in...
Dude, I love in the background, by the way, Rising Streamer of the Month. I think Ethan does like a whole segment just ripping to Frogan like a little bit later in the video. And it's so fucking good because nobody watches Frogan. She's just some fat, annoying bitch on Twitch that Twitch has been front paging and trying to fucking make into a thing for so long. And it just never worked. It's so funny to me that he goes into that.
In fact, you guys got him on the front page. And he's doing terrorism for free. Basically, gentlemen.
And she's an industry plant. She's like an industry plant that somehow, even though she's planted, it just doesn't work. It doesn't sprout. The plant just dies as soon as it's planted. She just doesn't ever get viewership at all. Even when Ethan does segments on Frogan on his show and she does her response her responses to it, nobody even tunes into that. It just doesn't work.
And gentle ladies, Frogan, you look good today, girl.
Babe.
Girl, you look good. Great job on that Arab tier list. That was good. How much we get for that?
The tier list falling on the ground. Come on, dude. The footage he uses here.
Yeah. Yo, you got 10 million from Qatar for that? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Twitch. Here's the thing. With help from people like Hasan, terrorism is like in the eyes of the beholder, right? They're not terrorists. They're, go ahead. Go ahead. He knows. Freedom fighters, guys. We are fighting for freedom. What about the rapes and the murders? Don't mention that. What's wrong with you? And another one. The resistance isn't
not
perfect. Right? You gotta crack some eggs, man. Hasan, you know Socialism didn't buy you that car.
Oh my God, dude.
If I knew that this is what communism would be in 2024, I wouldn't have bothered with this shit. Really. Of course, is the symbol of the capitalist excess. What the fuck is he thinking? You guys actually believe this idiot is a socialist? Forget your religion. Hasan is the opiate of the masses. Straight to the gulag for anyone sold to this idiot.
I think Aiden edited this segment here.
Or that designer dog.
This breed's stunning.
Designer dog, by the way. What the fuck?
Fluffy coat comes with a price. Chow chows shed all your...
Very cute, by the way. But those are expensive. The point is, we have...
Vorganism Industry Planet.
Industry Planet is crazy.
The biggest political streamer on our platform that is influencing media and influencing young kids everywhere. If we can normalize terrorism, if we could rebrand it, then fuck the US Navy. You know how much those guys don't pay shit. You see the Army ads on Twitch? The Army is fucking broke, dude. I'll tell you who loves America more than the Army. Qatar. Well, I don't know if love's the right word, though. They're paying more. Good CPMs coming out of Qatar. But you kids love anime, right? Can't get enough of it. I mean, look at what we've already done with Hasan. You're the fucking man, dude. Happy birthday again, man. No, we got a big party for you after. No, don't do it. Let's wait, because we got a big party and a cake and everything for you after in the
Dan
back.
Clancy.
Prostitutes, too. Don't tell anyone. That's part of the past. Look what we've done already. This Houthi pirate. I mean, who are you kidding? This guy's a fucking terrorist. He literally tweeting out he wants to kill Jews and put their heads on pikes. And somehow, not somehow, because of his genius, we have rebranded the Houthi fucking pirates, the Houthi terrorist organization. Yeah, the Islamic fundamentalists. Death to America. Curse upon the Jews. That's right. That's the...
Vorgan's not an industry plant, she's an industry weed.
Yeah, it just does not work.
Jolly Roger of this man here, none other than Monkey D. Luffy. So let's get out there, guys, and let's make 2025 our biggest year, guys. Come on, guys. The resistance isn't perfect. The resistance isn't perfect. Yeah, let's get them. If you want to know where on the political spectrum Hasan sits, take a look at a recent media analysis by Ad Fonte, which rated Hasan as the most extreme left-wing, untrustworthy media source on the internet. And to give you an idea, he is opposite of InfoWars.
Didn't Hasan get like super ass mad at this? I swear there's a clip of him being like,
he called me the InfoWars of the left, dude? Really?
No, like I think when that media thing came out like years ago, he was like, what the fuck? Like this is so fucking fake and lame or something. He was like freaking out.
It's so fucking funny they did something like that too. Cause like they'll do this stuff with the right too. Like the mainstream media will make these like schizophrenic like infographics, like trying to map and chart like all the different like political content creators. And they do this on the right a lot, right? Like the web of like right-wing influence where they'll map Steven Crowder or like Nick Fuentes and they'll try to like draw lines of association or something like that. Or they'll make like lists of like who makes the most money, who's the most reputable. The fact that they did a who's the most reputable list and put Hasan at the bottom, it's just so fucking funny. Because like these infographics like don't really serve a purpose. They're so schizo. All they do is just piss off the people that are on the list.
The graphic,
Yeah, it's so funny to me.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Hasan loves all terrorists. But what I will say is that there isn't many he don't like. Let's start with our good friend Luffy here and his organization, the Houthis. And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
Oh, no. They're hiling Elon.
Their heart goes out to, they're just saying their heart goes out to them.
Yeah.
The Houthis
like
they're all autistic, actually. Actually, all these people have autism and they just, it's like a reflex or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just like an accident. They didn't think about it in the moment.
Islamic military group. They're known for their cruel measures, forcibly recruiting child soldiers, shelling civilian areas, and blocking food from...
Child soldiers, get Vosh on the case over here. What the fuck? Look at all this child labor.
Entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen. They've also set up landmines in agricultural spots, making the field virtually worthless. Women have virtually no rights, and homosexuality, of course, is punishable by death.
Oh, so Hasan would be killed, you know, if he was in his little maid outfit? His skimpy little maid outfit?
Well, no, you can't say that. That's Islam. You know when Ethan said that Hamas would kill a gay sex worker everyone was like, holy shit, Ethan, you're fucking insane for that. Like, why would you say that?
Yeah. Really? Wait, they actually
Yes.
they actually were like, what? They don't kill gay people.
That was the biggest argument against him, was that he was being like insensitive and xenophobic and Islamophobic.
Oh, I actually have seen like people on that political aisles try to say that the Middle East is like a more friendly place to gay people than America.
That's what Hasan said during the whole Asmongold drama. He literally was like, it's better over there. It's complete propaganda, just a complete total lie. Obviously, the radical extreme Islamic religious terrorist organization would kill someone who is a gay sex worker.
Right.
Or at least torture and imprison you until you change.
Yeah.
They don't want you to do that.
It's just,
what the fuck, man?
What
like,
the
how
fuck
is
are
that
we
even,
even
how
doing?
is that a controversial take? And it's not just because it's not just Islam. Any of these like really extreme, radical, violent terrorist groups of any religion or not, that is the point.
Well, you think if they saw if Hasan was like doing his little maid outfit stream in I don't know, Iraq, you think that they would put up with that?
Yeah.
You don't think they would immediately kill him? Like, obviously they would. What the fuck? You don't think his Houthi friends, like when Hasan's bringing on, oh, it's my hot Houthi pirate friend. A little bit gay, by the way, right?
Yeah.
The marketing of that stream. He's a hot Yemeni pirate. A little bit gay, you know?
Really gay.
You don't think his buddies and the Houthis or whatever would not want to slaughter you?
Yeah.
Right? And kill you?
Again, and even if you say it's not slaughtering, they imprison people for being gay in these Middle Eastern countries. They imprison them. They punish them. Your family banishes you. All this happens in the Middle Eastern countries, and everyone who lives in the Middle East knows this.
Yeah.
This is how it works. So, yeah, maybe like you can say like, I mean, I don't even think you can say Hasan, Klein's being insensitive when he says that. I think it's just true.
It's insane that Ethan's the insensitive one here, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, dude. What even planet are we on? None of this makes any sense.
Yeah.
Leftist values. Now, just how little rights do women in the Houthis' Yemen have? Well, according to this, there's been 1,181 violations committed by Houthi rebels against women, including torture, rape, and murder. So, not great. The Houthis have a very wholesome
Kill, rape, and die. Let's go.
flag, as you can see here. It says, translated, Allah Akbar, death to America, death to Israel, and a curse upon the Jews. And that's all of them, not just the ones in Israel. And of course, victory to Islam. I get amused when these terrorists are like, we hate Jews. We want to kill Jews. And then people like Hasan are like, you're fucking racist for saying that they just want to kill Jews and that they're terrorists, man.
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim.
You're not thinking deep enough about this topic.
My criticism of the Houthis' slogan, do not factor into what they are doing. Of course, it is anti-Semitic, but contextualizing it matters. Yeah, it's really interesting because like that is such Western-focused propaganda. Like for a Palestinian to arrive at anti-Semitic opinions, okay, they don't need to read Mein Kampf.
What the fuck? So he just repackages it as actually you hate Islam.
Yes, that's what he is.
Got it.
It's Islamophobic.
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one. They brought back slavery.
Do you think the Houthis, Ansarullah, is doing what Luffy would do?
That lines up with leftist values. All right, so these guys are clearly the bad guys. So my question is, how does Hasan cover such...
By the way, Vosh is against this video. Vosh is against everything that Ethan's saying here. He was already going on stream saying that Ethan's crazy, Ethan's delusional. But remember, Vosh is the one who's consistently been making all these arguments for years that like you can't be against child porn because child slave labor exists and you don't care about that, right? But somehow, for some reason, Vosh is against this video where Ethan's talking about condemning the terrorist groups that Hasan support that enslave children, force children to serve in the military, probably rape children too, right? Yeah. Apparently, Vosh is against this video. So I just wanted to point that out, which is very curious.
A genocidal, violent, misogynistic, homophobic, terroristic organization.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical? Sure. These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way, just so you know. These fucking musically gifted individuals.
Musically gifted individuals. All right, you know what? Hasan, play that shit, dude.
Great downplaying, by the way.
Play that shit. Let's bump it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna grab my food.
اسألوا أصحاب الفخامة والمعالي واسألوا عن الحشود العسكري يوم سيطرنا على الخوبة بآلي ما نبالي بالهرب والمدفعية.
That's right, my friend. Hasan just played straight-up terrorist propaganda without even being there to analyze it. Surely this must be against terms of service. Twitch does not allow content that depicts, glorifies, encourages, or supports terrorism or violent extremist actors. For example, displaying or linking terrorist or extremist propaganda even for the purpose of denouncing such content. Denouncing? Okay, but what's the rule for endorsing it?
No, goblins. Bad video.
Oh, no. Yeah, Vosh has an issue with this video. I don't know why.
Is that okay?
Children
the answer.
in it.
What's that?
No children or horses in it.
Is yes, as Hasan was never punished for this blatant violation of Twitch community guidelines. Got it.
Someone says Jake Paul ass music. Yeah, dude. Just like every day, bro.
Yeah, it's not even like that fucking musically gifted. It's like what? Just this random terrorist group singing a
What's like
song.
this shit is ass. This shit sucks.
It's not even like that insane. It sounds like any other random song I'd hear if I just looked up Arabic music.
Drunk chicks at karaoke night are more musical.
Yeah.
So denouncing terrorism is bad. Don't do that. Endorsing.
By the way, I also like this random ass guest that he has on. This is not some guy that like covers the war at all. This is some normie Twitch streamer.
Yeah, he's part of like Miskiff's group, I think. That's
Hasan just like brought him over and was like, dude, let's do the most insane content you can think of today. I think this guy's also in the clip where Hasan's watching like the ship get raided, you know? So
yeah,
it's like,
is.
bro.
He did like a week of hanging out with this guy or something, and then every time that he had the chance, he was just playing propaganda for him.
Yeah.
At every opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Terrorism is good. Okay, got it, Twitch.
This is a 3-minute video of. What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like Bags Out, but Chris Brown dancing. You know?
No. They do like they do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
I know they're singing, but I'm seeing this guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their fucking like their actions all the time.
Their actions?
Music videos about their actions, by the way.
Like what? What actions? Be more specific there.
Can we say what this is?
Oh, what is this?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I've got this. Instead of terrorist propaganda, let's call it musicals.
They do musicals.
Instead of
musicals. I love the way that he words. It's like a music video, dude. It's like Kanye. You know?
Well, even if like, okay, this is the thing that's so disingenuous about it. Obviously, it's for war. Even if you support the side, it's not just a musical. It's not. Even if you support it, it is inherently a like actionable. Like so they're talking.
This
about
is
their
violent.
actions. Well, yeah, they're talking. Even if you want to say it's not violent, they're talking about their actions as a group in a war. It's not just a musical. There's a fucking obvious set thing that they're doing in this video. Like, how can you even just downplay it? Like, it's just they're singing about their food and their culture. No, they're not.
No,
they're not singing about their food and their culture or women or just the Quran or something. That's not all that they're talking about. There's a very obvious fucking thing happening in this video. It's not just a musical.
There's guns and shit. There's crazy shit going on. And even Hasan's like little co-host there points it out, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, this kind of seems like we're watching some crazy shit.
Yes.
Violent jihadists, let's call them musically talented people.
They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Guys, let's just use our brains. Fiddler on the Roof, Wicked, Alexander Hamilton, man. There's no reason we can't put these Houthis on Broadway.
Well, they go, listen, you want to fucking bring a ship through here? We're going to take it. So that's exactly what the Houthis start doing. They start fucking sending in helicopters onto fucking ships. Bro, they fucking, look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter with the Yemen flag.
Oh my God, they got the Palestine flag, dude. Sorry. Wow, dude. The Palestine flag. Oh my God.
Everything it's about to say in this will be completely incorrect, by the way. Just keep that in mind.
They fucking they start overtaking the ships. And they're like, guess what, dog? No more trade to Israel. If you are sending ships into Israel, if you are owned by an Israeli subsidiary, if you're owned by an Israeli corporation, we're going to take over your ship. You cannot fucking use this trade route anymore. Guess what, bitch? It's our fucking territorial boundary, and we're going to enforce this until you stop doing genocide in Gaza.
So let's review his claims. His first claim is that the boat is headed for Israel. It's not. It's going from Turkey to India. Next claim is that it's
How
owned
do
by
you even get that wrong?
Amazing.
How do you even get that wrong? Disgraceful. Well read, by the way. Knows what's going on, by the way.
Okay.
Claims. His first.
This is the guy that's saying that Ethan has no business making political content because he's just so stupid and monumentally dumb.
Yes.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Claim is that the boat is headed for Israel. It's not. It's going from Turkey to India. Next claim is that it's owned by an Israeli company. It's not. It's being chartered by a Japanese company, and the boat's owners are registered in the Isle of Man. I'd like to remind everybody that the crew that's kidnapped in this video has been missing for over a year now with zero updates on their health, whereabouts, or anything. That lines up with leftist values.
Wow.
His third claim is that this attack happened in their territorial waters, which is also a lie. It happened in international waters. Hasan is lying for the Houthis like he's being paid. And honestly, at this point, is he?
He's got to be being paid. And then,
I'm a propagandist.
But no, I'm not quoting
you.
This is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah. They're flexing.
What?
They're flexing, by the way.
Dude.
Every single point he got wrong. He's completely misinformed, totally clueless.
It's so fucking
nuts. And then he downplays
nuts.
it as flexing.
Now, I'll play what the sweep is for this, right? I'll show you guys what the fucking sweep is.
Oh, Willie Mac?
Willie Mac show. So, Willie did some research on this and found out that apparently the crew was released 8 days ago, right?
This one part is actually not true.
Oh,
they were released 8 days ago.
Well, we're going to get into that, right? So, Willie puts out this tweet, right? Where he's like, Ethan is factually just getting information wrong in this video. The Houthis released the crew of the Galaxy Leader this year. They are not still missing. The international community visited them in September to make sure they were alive. So here's the thing that I don't understand, right? I was like, okay, so they were released 8 days ago. And what part of the conversation does this change, right? And Willie says, because they literally aren't missing. Everyone knew they were alive and where they're at. And then I was like, well, so an innocent crew was taken hostage at gunpoint and kidnapped for an extended period of time, but because they were alive and probably tortured and raped, let's just be honest, and released 8 days ago, that invalidates Ethan's critique of Hasan's coverage somehow, where Hasan lied about every aspect of the fucking story.
Yeah, he did.
And so the response to this was like, if you're going to criticize Hasan for getting the story wrong, you've got to at least at the very least, have the facts of the story in their entirety. Hasan will use this as a way to discredit Ethan. And I'm like, well, this is an extremely minor point that doesn't change the conversation at all. It just serves to obfuscate the focus off of Hasan. Like, yeah, sure, you can make the argument that Ethan should have double-checked, right, and updated the story, right? Okay, we've updated the story now. And what's changed?
Yeah, does it change the fact that Hasan completely fucking lied about the entire, like, sitting in front of this guy, playing a hostile takeover of a ship that's not even in their territory, and lied about the nature of it to his wider audience?
Yeah. I don't understand, like, what the point is. So they were released now, and they're still alive. Okay. Thank God. Hopefully they don't,
The bare minimum, by the way.
Yeah.
How is that? Is that impressive?
Like, we got them back now, guys. Like, I don't understand, like, what the point is here. This is still, like, Hasan showing insane terrorist footage, right? Glorifying it, lying about it, selling a narrative that's not even fucking true, and just promoting it.
Yeah. Someone in the
promoting
chat,
violence and terrorism.
Someone in the chat, I don't know if this is true as well, says they were still missing when Hasan made his little comments on stream about them being super chill and vibing and having fun.
Right.
Right. So they were missing when Hasan was saying this.
I was not trying to debunk it, by the way.
Yeah, no, you're all good. You're all good.
But yeah, that's how that'll be twisted.
Right. So that's the argument there. Again, like, while we're watching this, I am trying to give, like, all of the arguments
all
that
the
I've,
sweeps.
like, yeah, exactly. Because it's interesting, right? Because they're so easy to just knock down.
Yeah.
Not with guns. Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrence. Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
I find it disturbing that Hasan thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel. 80% of Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan? Back to Poland or back to the Arab country?
I like he shows the footage of the trains to Auschwitz.
Where do you want them
Poland.
to go?
Okay, I don't think Poland still looks like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
A little bit, slightly.
Yo, nice editing there, Ethan. All right, bud.
Wow, some Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan? Back to...
Oh, yo.
It's like an updated picture of it.
Right,
like
it's like not even black and white. Like, what the fuck?
Poland or back to the Arab countries they were forced out of.
Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
By telling the Jews of Israel to go back where they came from, Hasan attempts to deny Jewish heritage in the Middle East. It characterizes them not as indigenous, but as white colonizers. This is despite the fact that 60% of Jews in Israel are actually native to the Middle East.
This is wild. So these guys did all of this, right? They did all of this.
Is that their helicopter?
Yeah.
That looks like a legit helicopter.
It is a legit helicopter.
This is wild.
So they take it over, and they tell the people in the ship, it's usually like mostly Filipino people, Filipino crews, and they're like, all right, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us, we're taking over the ship.
We got no
problems. Don't worry, we have guns out, but we don't have no problems.
We're chilling.
We're just your friends, guys. We're just taking over the ship. It's gonna be all good. We'll, accommodate you.
By the way, with the gun in your face,
luxuries. Don't worry, you'll be safe.
You're chill.
You'll be with us for a year or so, and we might do unspeakable things to you, or it might not. I don't know.
You'll be in fear for your life.
Yeah, you
and
will
your safety.
Be checked up on at least once to make sure you're still alive.
After a year.
After a year.
Apathetic kidnapping is the craziest comment while watching COD play out.
Yeah, it's like Hasan's literally like treating this like he's just watching a match of COD. These are real people.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What an incredible way to characterize having a gun in your face. Hasan is asking us not to believe our own eyes as we watch terrorists hostilely kidnap the crew.
This is like if Hasan got swatted, right? And I was like, oh, you know, the police are just checking up.
A nice little wellness check.
It's a wellness check, you know. You're not allowed to cry about getting swatted or say that being swatted is bad.
Or
it's
have
just
fear
a
in your
checkup,
heart
you know?
at all.
Don't worry that they have guns in your face and they're breaking in on a potentially hostile call, a false call. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure the guy who called was just worried for you. And he was just like, I had no problem with you, but you're coming with us.
You could literally take what Hasan's saying and twist into an argument that like swatting is cool. Basically.
It doesn't matter. It's like
exactly.
low-key. It's just a low-key chill thing.
Right.
Crew.
Yeah.
We got no problems with you, you know, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
And once again, the crew is still MIA for over
I mean, isn't that literally what the police do? Like, we got no problems with you. We're just double checking and making sure that this call in that we got, that you have little kids like locked in your basement. You know, we're just making sure that that's not the case, right? We got no problems with you. We're chill, right? It's like, no, dipshit. Obviously, swatting is horrible, right? Obviously, what's going on here is even more horrible. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm noticing something here actually, and maybe I'm wrong in misreading this, so feel free to correct me, Chad, if I'm misreading this. When Ethan is also saying that they're still missing, so Willie Mack mentions that in September they went and checked on them, and this article looks like it's dated on November 18th, 2024, confirming that the leader is still held in Yemen. So missing could really just mean that they're not missing from their home. I mean, obviously they're held hostage. So really the only thing Ethan seems to have missed from what I'm seeing here is just the fact they were released within the last week, pretty much after his video was already made.
Right.
So obviously you should have double checked that. But the idea of missing, I'm assuming, is what he's trying to say is just like missing from their home. They're obviously captured.
Yeah. And it's like a minor point. And people are saying, well, like, you're just giving leeway for Hasan or whatever, right? It's like, okay, well, Hasan can make any retarded fucking weak ass argument he wants. He's going to do that anyway. I don't understand like what the tactical error here is or whatever, right? Sure. Yeah. A nice little nitpick. Here's a little correction, okay? You know, update the story, right? But now what? Now what's happened? Nothing's fucking changed.
Yeah.
Prisoners to a terrorist organization. But don't worry, guys. Hasan says they have no problem with them.
They're like, all right, you know, we got no problems with you, you know, but you're coming with us.
We got no problems with you, but you're coming with us.
No problems.
Got it.
We got no problems with you, you know, but you're coming with us.
This is a 3-minute video of when you do a music video. When you use a music video, I'm expecting like, are you being serious? I know they're singing, but I'm seeing these guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
I bet Hasan's friend really appreciated being fed terrorist propaganda on camera. Let's see what he had to say.
Because hell, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my buddy Hasan, and this guy unironically put a terrorist propaganda music video on and then left the room.
Left the room?
Yeah, and I was just like, and the thing is, like, in hindsight, it's hilarious, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? This is wild to me. Yeah. But like, I just like, he was like, yo, they're such great dancers. And
oh my God.
I was like, okay.
Wow.
Is that how it works? If you watch like a politics TikTok, you get recommended Hasan right after? Is that how it works? Bro, he's all over this page. That's crazy. Click it. Dude, Hasan be saying some wild stuff, man. So I don't know if we can.
Here's another incident.
Wow. That's Hasan's buddy right there who's just, like, this guy's a little unhinged.
I don't think I can watch that.
Yeah, this guy's a little bit nuts. I don't know. He just had me on stream and he just started playing terrorist propaganda or whatever.
I don't think I can watch it.
I don't know, man.
And of Hasan enjoying some Houthi propaganda.
Wow. Just playing this and just sewing out to it?
Yeah.
Dude.
How can they not agree with the Houthis when this is the kind of music video that they're coming out with? They got
Dude, how could you not agree with them? They're making bangers like this.
That's just so insane to me.
Dude.
That's so insane.
This is so cool, man.
A beautiful voice too. Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this dropped, dude. The fucking mixtape.
Oh, Hasan, my sweet, naive friend. You say that Jews don't sing and dance like that? Then what the fuck do you call this?
Nice.
That's right, bitch. What the fuck you stepping on our shit?
Wow.
I like how in this video, Ethan just brings out all like the old ass memes.
Yeah, literally.
It's been real quiet since this dropped, dude. The fucking mixtape.
MLG editing.
Fucking editing.
Got a beautiful voice too. Israel been real quiet since this dropped, dude. Israel been real quiet since this dropped, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got.
Wow.
Houthis been real quiet since this dropped, dude.
Nice.
And see,
Now we come to
if Hasan had played the equivalent of that for his side, it would have been nothing.
Right.
That was literally just a bunch of little fucking Jewish boys dancing, and I don't even know what the lyrics are, but it's probably not about revolution and killing people.
Yeah.
But that's not what Hasan was playing. He was not playing a bunch of little Muslim boys dancing.
Oh, he's just playing like actual like militaristic like
music.
war, basically like battle drums
Yes.
for like
Yeah.
Al Qaeda or something. It's like
eating a soy.
Yeah.
This is so musical and talented.
Wow, dude, this is so amazing, man. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
to our sweet, beautiful, cute little TikTok twink. This hairless young man is the fantasy of every tween and twix and all the boys and girls on TikTok. He's cute. He's got a mustache. He's a freedom fighter.
Shameless shekel shuffle.
Throw him off a roof. Can I say that on YouTube?
Oh my god. What, this guy?
Yeah. Oh man.
Beautiful eyes. They call him Tim Houthi Chalamet because he's a Houthi.
That clip out of context, and it's the donation was like shameless shekel shuffle. Throw him up.
Great.
I was like, whoa. I thought you meant the donation for a second. I was like, you mean the terrorists or?
Yeah. You know what? The stream might be a little
I was
bit.
like, whoa.
You know what?
Were you about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that?
So keep
Bro,
in
you are going
mind,
to get banned?
this is something that Ethan doesn't point out. I don't know why people don't point this out. Later, his sweep is that it actually isn't a Houthi terrorist, right? And so people try to argue, well, here's the proof he is, here's the proof he is, blah, blah, blah. Hasan believes it to be a Houthi terrorist, regardless of whether he is or not.
Yeah.
Whether he is or not, Hasan goes into this with the belief this is a Houthi terrorist.
Mhm.
So every action he does after that is under the presumption that it's a Houthi terrorist.
Yeah.
So you can't justify afterwards to say, well, actually, it's not a Houthi terrorist. It doesn't even matter if you prove it or not. What Hasan believes in this moment is that's what it is. And that's still why he's getting the criticism, even if the guy happens to not be.
Right.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to say that before we watch it.
And I think it would be ridiculous to do that.
Hasan now has the opportunity to express his journalistic chops, to get his boots on the ground and show us just how good of a reporter he can be.
I'm doing journalism, chat. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. Love you too, man. Big time. Yeah.
I love you. I love you so much.
We're big fans of the Yemeni music videos. You can tell them that. I want to ask
Wow.
about the knife. The knives are sick. What's up with the knives? You know, the curved knives.
If one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool, though.
Wow.
So crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't
It's like the soyest journalism I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wow. Well, cool, man.
It's just them stroking each other's dicks. Like, what's even the journalism here?
They're just giggling and laughing and having a good time.
Yeah.
That's it.
The crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, "Why are you doing that?" What do you mean? I'm just chilling. We're just having we're just vibing. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're vibing big time.
Hasan uncritically interviewed this kid for about an hour. It was the most brazen display of disgusting terrorist propaganda that I have maybe ever seen in Western media.
What has happened to? Does he know what has happened to any of the crews? Like I heard they.
Hasan almost asked a good question, but it's actually leading to the most obscene part of this interview.
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did clout with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him. Yeah.
So I mean, what? That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
Ask yourself, why is he able to hang out with the captain and the crew of this pirated ship? Why would he even have access to that? Hasan knows why. Of course, he is a Houthi terrorist. Instead of challenging him and demanding more details about these kidnapped and missing people, he just runs defense for this guy, acting like he doesn't know why that would even happen.
Yeah, wouldn't that be the most obvious fucking question of all time? Like, hey, what's the deal with this kidnapped crew? Like, do you guys treat them well? Like, you know, what's your relationship with them? Do you guys hate them? Are these your enemies? Like, what do you think about them?
Right. Well, also, how do you Ethan brings up a great point. How do you have access to them? How can this even happen that you're sitting there dancing with a pirated, kidnapped crew?
Yeah, because later on he tries to say that this kid's just some TikTok guy. He's not even part of the Houthis at all. He's just a fan of them.
Yeah, or whatever. I don't even, it's just makes no fucking sense. It's a complete cope and sweep.
Saying that they went over.
And by the way, this is who he's sweeping. People say sweeping all the time, right? Oh, you're sweeping for this YouTuber. You're sweeping for this guy, whatever. Hasan sweeps for like murderous terrorists. Like it's an insane level of sweep. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy talk.
So let me get this straight. Hasan can verbally blow a pirate terrorist on stream and be completely fine. But I download Metallica off of Likewise and I get raided by the FBI? Absolute clown
It's a
world.
fucked up world we live in, man. I mean, the fact that this is even allowed to be broadcast can I say that this content should not be allowed to be broadcast on American soil? Really? This anti-American bullshit? This terrorist-loving bullshit? Get this shit out of here.
The Great Firewall of America. We need it.
Yeah, get this shit off the fucking platform.
No.
This is cancer.
But no, I mean, at least even if you think, I mean, it obviously can't be on fucking Twitch.
No.
I think it's, I mean, on Rumble, people say crazy shit, but that's because it's a free speech like website. But
Dude, I've never seen like a right-wing like content creator do anything nearly as insane as this.
Right.
I don't like you might say they have insane views or insane takes or whatever, right? But I've never seen them bring terrorists on that are killing people and sucking them off and lying for them and running cover for them. This is like insane shit. Like I've never seen, name one right-wing streamer that's done something as crazy as this. Like this just doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
To me, this is like the most extreme content I've fucking ever seen. Is that wild? Is that a wild take?
No, I mean, it definitely is extreme. I mean, again, I don't know. I think it's fine if I'm not a censorship kind of guy, but at the same time, if we're talking about Twitch, we all know what should happen on Twitch based on their TOS.
Baked Alaska live streaming J6, that doesn't even come close. Him going into like Nancy Pelosi's office and being like, hello, base check? Like that's not anything even close to this, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not really a censorship kind of guy, but I do agree that it obviously violates Twitch's TOS.
Yeah.
That's a number one. And if it didn't, then that's fine, but you shouldn't be having people like Fuentes banned. You shouldn't have all these people banned. Alex Jones perma-banned for all time. You know, it's like, if we're going to be a free speech platform like Rumble, I mean, go for it. Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's not what Twitch is. They're a biased platform.
Yeah.
The crews on these ships and they like win them over with their charm and they make them hate America and the US government.
That's so funny.
It is super funny, the idea of kidnapped crew members who are being forced, probably at gunpoint, to do some death to Americas and maybe some curse upon the Jews. And frankly, the callous disregard for the well-being of the literal hostages is shocking, even for somebody that loves terrorists.
That's so funny. Is there a KFC there? They're everywhere? I don't think there's a KFC in Yemen, dog.
He says they have two.
Oh, they do have KFC in Yemen? That's crazy. Okay, that's sick.
Is there a KFC in Yemen? No way, dude! Holy fuck! There's a KFC!
W question.
Dude!
Chat type 1 if Trump should deport Hasan back to Turkey.
Oh, I'm typing one. I'm typing one. Please, Trump, if you're listening, please.
That video, Trump, if you can hear us, please. Trump, if you can hear us. That guy,
Yes.
That's crazy.
Dude, one of the things that I love about this video, by the way, is that Ethan focuses on how soy Hasan is, right? Like, he focuses on how, dude, you're just like Luffy for One Piece, and oh my god, you have KFC, dude! Holy shit, that's so crazy and cool.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb. Lowest common denominator content.
In Yemen, he's just like us!
Does he know what One Piece is?
Oh, what if he's been watching it since he was a kid.
Yeah, the fucking Wojaks.
Sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
You guys all remember Luffy's flag, right? Now, I'm only halfway through that show, so maybe I just haven't come to it yet. But I do not remember Luffy's flag looking like this. Predictably, there was some blowback after this interview, and Hasan went immediately into damage control to rewrite history.
He said that he was just simply a Yemeni person and not a Houthi. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if he's a Houthi or not. He's a teenager in Yemen. The dude is neither a Houthi nor a terrorist.
Doesn't
nor a
matter
pirate.
if you think this, you thought it was at the time.
Oh, we don't know if he's a terrorist.
Yeah, you thought he was when you interviewed him, though. So that's,
Got it.
That's the point.
Wow.
None of this matters.
Not a Houthi rebel. They didn't fucking call him a Houthi either. You want to know why? Because he's
You
not
did.
one. He's not
You
a
called
Houthi
him one. You called him one.
Yeah.
All this is cope.
He's not a pirate, but, you know, I don't think he's not a pirate. He has reiterated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not Houthi. Be for real. You sucked him off the entire stream. I'm not even a Houthi militant or anything like that. When I interviewed the dude, who they still to this day call a Houthi terrorist, Tim Houthi's not even a fucking Houthi.
You called him that.
By the way, all these clips are outsourced from DGG, apparently, so they're all bullshit, apparently, right?
Even though it's Hasan saying it himself.
Even though it's his own words.
Because he's not. No, he was just some fucking Yemeni TikToker. Random fucking Yemeni teenager. Didn't you brand it as him being a Houthi interview, though? Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean?
Yes, brother. What do you mean? What do you mean, dude? I hate Hasan's whole demeanor, his whole act.
His bro like act.
Yeah. It's so gay.
All right, let's just take Hasan's word for it and assume, okay, this kid is not a Houthi rebel. He's just some ordinary Yemen teenager. Let's go ahead and take a look at his social media and see if that lines up.
All right, let's see here. Tel Aviv will burn in the coming hours, ready for sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Or maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words, "Do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew?" Meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with a lovely depiction of a man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth with a pike. Or, how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cup.
Hasan Piker. Piker means...
I just missed you to say that. As Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a K. He said the K slur. I just did not even hear that the first time.
That's a good one, dude. See, this video is fucking funny.
Yeah.
The Keemstar ones weren't funny. They were just all like serious and like depressing, right? And just dark and stupid.
And he probably cares more about this than he does about the Keemstar shit.
Oh, way more.
Ethan's definitely more like emotionally invested in this situation.
Yeah.
Through his asshole and out of his mouth with a pike. Or, how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cup. Okay, why would he retweet this article called "Houthis Use Social Media to Boost Global Prominence and Support"? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv. The Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the red arrow is supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. And let me state the obvious.
Wow.
I will put this into yours. Just tweeting this shit.
Yeah, I will fucking kill you with this.
Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy.
Yeah, okay, that's another point. The sweep is that, like, why are you mad, Ethan? He's only saying Zionists, not Jews. But it's like, Hasan himself says that this guy grew up in a completely different environment than anyone in America, anyone else. So when he says Zionist, just like how the flag says death to all Jews, just like all that, it is actually encompassing all Jewish people.
Yeah.
That's the argument Ethan's making. So it's not just like, well, according to our definition of Zionist, you don't fall under it. It's like, well, no, we're talking about this guy's definition of Zionist, which is Jewish people.
Right.
And maybe you can disagree with that, but that's obviously what Ethan's saying here. He's like, this guy believes the Zionist category like encompasses all of them.
Right.
Even people like Ethan, who just want a two-state solution. That's actually Zionist.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan, who wants Palestine to have their own state and Israel to have their own state separately, that's Zionism. Here in the West, that probably wouldn't be really Zionism. That's probably a more moderate position. Zionism would be nuke Gaza and take it all over.
Yeah.
That's Zionism in the West. But to them, a two-state solution is Zionism.
Yeah.
So Ethan's like, I fall under that category to this guy.
Right.
Hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes. Well, that seems pretty definitive.
Wow. Okay.
You know what makes you a Houthi? Being a Houthi. At least one of the two of them is being honest about it.
No way! Yeah. That's sick. Yes. Yes. That's fire. And that's so fire. Oh my God. We think the Houthis is doing what?
The picture.
Oh my gosh.
What the
crazy.
fuck? Luffy would do. They're tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance, because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude.
Talk about the bigotry of low expectations.
Wow.
He's a kid in Yemen, dude. What do you expect? Of course he's going to want to put a pike through a Jew's asshole and through his mouth. That's just what kids in Yemen are like, man.
And also, what do you mean? It's just a person on a pike. There's no Jewish person on a pike on that photo, unless I saw something different.
Hasan claims this isn't even a Jewish person on the pike. How exactly is a naked piked person supposed to look like a Jew for you, Hasan? You know what? You're right. Let me make it a little clearer for you.
Yeah.
First, he needs a bigger nose.
How do you know?
Right, Hasan? Of course, he needs a yarmulke, a curly
Oh my
things.
God.
Oh, look, Hasan. He dropped his dreidel. He must be Jewish for sure. Or, you know, you could just read what he wrote, you dumbass, liar, terrorist-loving propagandist piece of shit.
This is why this entire conversation is fucking idiotic. It's not a Jewish person. He said, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweets? What is happening?
Why am I being held accountable? Fuck this. He's like just raging
sweep.
like a fucking 15-year-old.
Yeah, if you don't sweep for him, you wouldn't be held accountable.
Right. You chose to fucking bring him onto your stream. You chose to associate with him in the first place.
Not just bring him on, sweeping. You chose to sweep for him and defend him.
Yes.
That's why you're being held accountable.
You're defending him right now.
Yeah.
How many steps removed are we from this situation?
0. I mean, you platformed him. Do you not remember? Did the check not clear or something?
But remember, Ethan's also responsible for Destiny. Even though they've never talked, even though Destiny had no, like, at least as far as we know, Destiny didn't help in the production of this video, right? Destiny's just another content creator that doesn't like Hasan. I know, shocking, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, Ethan's held responsible for Destiny and for all of Destiny's sex crimes for some reason.
Yeah,
right?
and he worked at the sex
situation
fest.
that Ethan has nothing to do with. But Hasan's flipping out. Why am I responsible for this pirate that I brought on stream and sucked off, who kills people and is part of a terrorist group? Why am I responsible for this, right? But Ethan, you're totally responsible. You're using a sex criminal's talking points against me. Make it make sense. Make it make sense,
any
buddy.
fucking sense. It's all a cope.
When faced with fair criticism for his coverage of the Houthi Luffy, he has a total meltdown.
I fucking despise all of you, dude. I do. I really do. I hate all of you. You successfully got me to talk about this, and my patience is running thin on this matter.
He's such a whiny bitch.
The endless selfishness, the untapped well of American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. How is this the conversation that you want to have right now?
One of the most cynical methods Hasan deploys to sidestep any criticism is to deflect to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. I've seen him do this so many times. He frames it like you are selfish for trying to criticize him, no matter what the reason is, because there's a genocide happening, man. How can you criticize me at a time like this?
Claiming that I am, too pro-Houthi. When someone is like focusing on that while there's an active fucking ethnic cleansing campaign happening. He also apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck, blow your nose, brother, love you, not trying to be mean, just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed, much love. Fuck you, dude. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid? Everything that can be tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide.
Isn't he talking to like the Japanese Communist Party like today? That's a bit of a distraction from the ongoing genocide, right?
Yeah.
He's talking about something else besides Israel-Palestine.
He's in Japan, right? Isn't that the content he's doing today?
Yeah, he's in Japan wearing a maid dress. Why aren't you talking about Gaza right now, bro?
Yeah.
Or is it possible that people can criticize you and that can exist?
There can have like multiple conversations happen at once.
Yeah.
The most basic level
Of
talking
it.
point. The sweeping is not going to work for long,
That's
okay?
insane.
Hasan's day is coming, okay? It might not be today. It might not be this year. But boy, when Hasan falls, it's going to be so fucking amazing to watch. We're just here at the very beginning.
Yeah.
If your sole focus, when Israel is doing a complete genocide in Gaza, if your sole focus revolves around that people are saying you're a Zionist, yeah, go fucking yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
It's quite a charge to just say I'm a stenographer of the Israeli government or I'm a propagandist. I don't think there's any evidence I'm either of those things. I'm curious who you think I'm doing
While we're having this
propaganda
conversation, 3,000, Piers, while we're having this back and forth, 3,840 Palestinians have been ruthlessly slaughtered in the last incursion into Gaza. I feel like this is an incredibly selfish, self-centered conversation to have.
This technique is so powerful because everyone's afraid of being labeled as a genocide denier. Piers Morgan, with decades of experience, immediately surrenders when the genocide card is pulled.
When you're just a fucking stenographer, you're not a truth teller.
He has every right to defend himself. And grow a pair, Piers. Stand up for yourself, man. It's time to stop being intimidated by these online overnight activists who couldn't even point to Gaza on a map before October 7th. Like Hasan, for example.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it. I think
Oh my god, dude. Really? All right, guys, let's find Yemen on a map. Oh my god.
Turkmenistan, Iran.
Clicking in just a completely different part of the fucking world, dude. Really?
Nope.
Just guess. Israel. He hit Israel before Yemen.
You don't even know where Israel is? Like, come on, man. Really?
How?
Holy fucking shit. How dumb do you have to
Yemen,
fucking be?
You're Israel. Really?
By the way, if you stream you might be saying, like, who cares? If you stream politics, you should know where countries are in the fucking world.
You have to. I mean, it's actually like necessary to talk about geopolitical like conflicts. Like one of the discussions is like, what happens? What does Israel do next after they bomb Gaza? You have to be able to know what Israel borders.
You have to
in order
know
to have
what
the discussion.
Fuck it is to know like what's around it.
Yeah, like in the the groups that are in these areas that border Israel, like you have to know that. Otherwise, you're clueless. You mean you're just saying shit that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
So
yes.
if you're this guy, you have to be aware of what happened. I mean, it's insane.
By the way, you know who else sucks complete ass at geography? Destiny.
Oh my God.
Dude, one of my favorite fucking things like a year ago, all these groypers were clipping Destiny taking geography quizzes, and he's actually he might actually be worse at geography than Hasan, right? Where Destiny would just take these like geography tests and just completely fuck up and fail where shit is on a map. I don't even think I think Destiny also failed finding Israel on a map.
I'm
think
just
so. Like, who doesn't know that basic information? It's like just so stupid.
Especially when it's your job.
Destiny took a test of like the United States, right?
Yeah.
Just picking if you don't know where the states are, you're dumb as fuck.
This is the thing. If it's your job too, like I'll give credence to some random norm. Like if you put the fries in the bag and you don't care about it, then whatever. But Destiny doesn't put the fries in the bag, bro. He is a political streamer who's separate the art from the artist. What, that you don't know where the fucking states are?
Yeah.
You don't know where Israel is?
Exactly.
You're not the artist if you can't fucking name the 50 states on the map, bro.
It's the dumbest shit of all time.
Same for this guy.
This.
Got it.
How can you?
I gotta watch it. Sorry, I just gotta watch it again.
Yeah.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it. I think Nope.
Oh shit, guys, I found it.
Got it.
How can you claim to actually care about this genocide when you're willing to so cynically exploit it to sidestep any criticism? What a
We are 2 minutes away from the goal, guys.
bigot. Before we move on, Hasan has one final taste of idiocy for us all to enjoy.
Now, this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him, which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time.
To quote Anne Frank, I keep my ideals because in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Anne Frank continues to inspire generations of people because in the face of a genocide that eventually took her and her entire family's life, except for her dad, she refused to give in to hate, malice, and violence. And then there's this guy.
Holy shit.
Just completely.
Look, Ethan, this isn't fair, right? Anne Frank didn't have a Twitter account. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe she would have been tweeting like fucking crazy shit.
Oh, this will be the head of every Nazi. Let's go. Let's hit that goal.
We got 1 minute, W. Jack Walker.
1 fucking minute.
Frank, if you ever met her.
You might think this is a sweet, innocent girl. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys we are working on a new edition just for you, Hasan. You should hear about the time she went roaming the streets of Berlin at night with a knife, slitting the throats of families, including children, babies, and the elderly. She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy. There's no other way to describe this.
Oh my god, this video is great, dude. This video rules.
Oh, let's go. Paradoxical Madness with the 5 and Katie.
And Katie with the $5 fine. Let's go. We hit the goal, dude. We hit the fucking
Thank you, guys.
goal.
W donations.
We appreciate it. Big
W
07s
donations.
to everybody.
Appreciate that.
All right, let's go. More THT.
More THT.
Let's do it.
Another goal. Another goal.
All right, let's get back to this
Thank you,
fucking
guys.
video. We still got almost an hour to go, guys. Holy shit.
Fine.
Thank you for that.
Stream defending Israel. Lots of donations. Wonder why. That's right, guys. I've joined the tribe. I've joined the fucking tribe. I'm with it, you know?
Yep.
I am ready. Me and Bo Blacks are actually going to be co-hosting the H3 podcast. We should watch that at the end of this video. H3 had a little bit of a fuck up yesterday on stream.
Talking about Bogey.
He did a stream segment, right, talking about Bo Blacks, right? And he was about to shit on Bo Blacks, but then somebody brought up that Bo Blacks is now, like, trans. And so Ethan had a fuck up with the pronouns or something, and it resulted in a very funny and awkward moment. I want to watch that after this, but let's finish this, obviously. It's very, very funny.
Then terrorist propaganda. Not only is he platforming terrorist propaganda, right, uncritically, he's participating in it. He's enhancing it. He is not just a conduit. He is an active participant who is disseminating it to more and more people in a way more consumable form. This is extremely fucked up. But why should...
By the way, I want Bo Blacks to be a co-host on the H3 podcast.
You're hoping that he gets...
I am hoping, okay? I know people want total Bobby death or whatever, right? To me, it's just part of the lore.
It's like one of the like building the log cow up a little bit after they get
I mean, obviously, Bo Blacks has been just stomped to the dirt, okay?
Yeah.
So it's at the point now where he needs life support. And if Ethan Klein was his life support, if he brought... Think about what would be best for Bo Blacks right now. Having a fucking platform again, okay? So I want Bo Blacks to be on the H3 show as a new staff crew member. I think it'd be great. I think nothing bad would happen because of that. So
yeah, I think Ethan would very much thrive from having that guy around him at all times.
I think Bo Blacks would thrive. I think you'd see more of him.
Did he care? Their flag doesn't say death to fucking Turks. It says curse upon the Jews. Hasan likes to offuscate on this and says nobody cares when Sean Penn...
Here's your shekels for covering this, Goyim.
Let's go.
Wow.
Thank you, Netanyahu. Dude, I fucking love being Jewish. Can I just say that?
W Netanyahu, guys.
Can I just say that right now?
Interviewed El Chapo.
Sean Penn literally interviewed El Chapo. Exactly, dude.
Nobody is saying you can't have difficult conversations with controversial people. You just have to ask them hard questions, guys. We know this. Now let's move on to everybody's favorite terrorist organization, our friends in the north. It's Hezbollah. Where do I even begin? Thousands of civilians have been killed globally from their terrorist acts, car bombs, and suicide attacks. They even assassinated the Lebanese prime minister. They've hijacked civilian airplanes. They've shot 15,000 rockets into civilian centers. And if you can imagine, that's not even the worst things they've done. They participated in the slaughter of over 500,000 Syrian civilians to help a dictator, Bashar Assad, stay in power. They indiscriminately bombed over civilian centers, and they killed hundreds of thousands of civilians in what can only be described as a genocide. They are a
I don't have a
designated
problem
terrorist
with
group
them.
by the US, by
Yeah,
the
dude.
EU, and, oh yeah, the entire Arab League, which gave them that status after their participation in the Syrian genocide. In short, nobody likes them. Well, there is one person.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say that. Why even say
How
this
could
on
you?
stream?
Yeah, that's his light take. If he's willing to say that on stream, that's
Yeah.
like his more soft position.
Is that part of his, concealing his real values?
That is hiding his power level for sure.
Remember, that is literally hiding his power level. Because
I
he's
don't
not
have an
just
issue
saying,
with
he
them.
obviously has no issue with them. He likes them. I mean, he fucking likes the leader of them at least, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, again, why not just be honest? Again, what's the problem with being a radical? If you're a radical on the left, the left only likes good things. The right likes bad things. The left likes good things.
Yeah.
If you are instilling a radical pipeline and you're piping in normies into your radical left-wing views, isn't that a good thing? Don't we like when good people do good things? Isn't that our politics, right?
Right.
Be radical. Fuck it. What's the problem? What is the issue? If there is an issue, then explain it to me and explain why you're not part of that, right? But it seems like you are. So just embrace it, dude. Come on.
This is Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Hasan Piker, this man is a brilliant freedom fighter. But before we get into that, let's see how he feels about Jewish people. Here are some choice quotes from Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Shaul Shai, Hasan Nasrallah said in a speech delivered in Beirut, "What do the Jews want? They want security and money. Throughout history, the Jews have been Allah's most cowardly and avaricious creatures."
See, this is the rhetoric I want Hasan to be saying himself on stream. Could you imagine a Hasan show where this is what he says?
It's just like, the Jews have been Allah's most cowardly and avaricious creatures. It's like,
yeah. Why isn't Hasan himself saying this, right? I mean, fuck it. Why not? What's the problem? Right, Hasan? What's the problem here?
If you look all over the world, you will find no one more miserly or greedy than they are.
I don't have an issue with them.
If we search the entire world for a person more cowardly, despicable, weak, and feeble in psyche, mind, ideology,
Be sure to savor the Vrogan section.
savor the Frogan
Oh,
section.
the Frogan. Yes, it's coming.
and religion, we would not find anyone like the Jew. Notice, I do not say Israeli.
I don't.
Notice, I do not say Israeli.
He's very specific.
Holy shit. All right, Hasan, come on.
I have an issue with them.
If Jews all gathered in Israel, it will save us the trouble of going after them worldwide. The history of Jews has proven that, regardless of the Zionist proposal, they are a people who are evil in their ideas. The state of the grandsons of apes and pigs.
What the fuck? The state of the grandsons of apes and pigs.
Zionist Jew. The murderers of the prophet. The Jews invented the legend of the Nazi atrocities.
I don't have an issue with them.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean,
By the way, I don't want Hasan to ever call somebody a Nazi ever again. I don't want Hasan to ever say, you're a Nazi, you're a far right, you're a radical, you're extreme, you're this, you're that. I don't want to ever hear it again, bro.
No.
I don't even want to hear him say somebody's homophobic or anything like that, given who he supports on stream,
Yeah.
all these terrorists or
He's
whatever.
all of it.
I really do not want to hear any moral condemnation like that from Hasan. But again, that's all of his content. Very strange, where he, makes an exception.
Listen. You have to remember.
I mean, unironically though, how could you ever hear Hasan do a segment on Nick Fuentes where he's like, "This guy's a Nazi, fuck this guy," and take it seriously?
I don't think you could.
How?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about some of their attitudes about gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million. Okay? It's not a broken clock situation. No, dude. Half of these dudes literally
It's not a broken clock situation.
They're always right.
They're always right. It's not broken clock. It's crazy because I'm sure you can watch a clip of these guys and be like, oh, that's true. Every now and then, a broken clock.
Right.
But he's like, no, we're not. There's not a single thing that they said right. Everything they say is right.
Damn. All right.
educated in America and in the UK. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The more you learn.
This is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons, and sometimes they get this shit right. No, dude, he knows. It's crazy.
I mean, they say a lot of barbaric shit, right?
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of what they say is violent and crazy.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine. And also, ultimately, he is regarded as a pretty brilliant person.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine. That's more than 3 books to all these people in the chat. So
in terms of like everything that he's done, you might not agree with his methods. You might not agree with his attitude overall in terms of like, in terms of his opinions on civil liberties and shit like that. But ultimately,
even if they do it once, they shall be killed. It's gay people.
wait.
So that just said on screen.
Last week, yeah, Nasrallah had said gay people, even if they do it once, are to be killed. Nice.
You might not disagree. You might not agree with his take on, you know, some of the civil.
Everything they say is right.
Yeah.
It's not a broken clock situation.
No.
On civil liberties and shit like that. But ultimately, this motherfucker has read a shit ton of books.
Knowledge. I feel I've shown you guys enough evidence that Hezbollah is an evil terrorist organization, but have you considered this?
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim. Okay? That's what you meant to say. What you meant to say is they're Muslim. So, of course, as they're Muslim, it's different.
If you're wondering why Hasan's audience is so radicalized, it's because of stuff like this.
Israel, America's greatest ally, the most important country in the world, most moral nation, the most moral democracy on the planet, is ruthlessly and mercilessly bombing southern
I know a good book by an Austrian painter he might like.
Oh?
Lebanon, including southern Beirut.
What did Lebanon do?
They just kind of were there. They happen to be Israel's neighbor.
You're kidding.
Riveting political commentary.
Oh, they were just there, dude.
Are we supposed to believe that? I mean, even, again, I always try to be charitable. Like, even if, for example, maybe what happened in Lebanon was wrong or something, it's never just, they were just there.
Yeah. It's never that simple.
Israel was just like, they're here, nuke. It's never that simple. Like, maybe you disagree with why Israel did something or why, whatever. I mean, history is complex and there's tons of different opinions. But that is such a stupid summarization of the fucking conflict that just completely undermines the entire situation.
Right.
I mean, that's just insane.
As someone who's critical of Israel, this retelling is fucking insane.
They just kind of were there.
Hezbollah started launching rockets into Israel hours after the October 7th raid began. They launched 12,000 rockets, killed nearly 100 people, including 12 children, and displaced 250,000 Israelis from northern Israel. That's what caused them to respond.
What did Lebanon do?
Shit. Why did he ask that? What do I say? Do I tell him the real reason? No, my audience will kill me for being a Zionist. Okay, let's try this. They just kind of were there. Hell yeah, another slick political saved by boots on the ground Hasan Piker. Damn, I'm good.
Even as a pro-Palestine activist, how does lying about this serve your agenda? All it does is further radicalize people. It removes any nuance, and it avoids any criticism for his team. And this is what continues to drive this conflict on forever. Hasan is dedicated to pleasing his radical audience, even at the price of knowingly lying to them for TikTok and Twitter likes.
I'm a propagandist.
Or he's being paid, which, you know, we can't rule out. What a pathetic propagandist piece of shit liar he is. And now, let's move to Hamas, the catalyst for this entire thing. They're the ones that committed this horrible act of terrorism, one of the worst the world has ever seen, on October 7th. They are without a doubt the most extreme of all of these terrorist organizations. They are Islamic jihadists that want to convert all of Israel into an Islamic state under Sharia law. That's their stated goal. Hamas has been on the designated terrorist group pretty much as long as there's been a group. These guys have been suicide bombing civilians before ISIS leaders were even born. They fired 50,000 rockets into civilian populations and performed over 100 suicide bombings, killing thousands of civilians. Women are restricted from participating in the workplace and public life. Homosexuality is outlawed, and in some cases, of course, punishable by death. They steal foreign aid from the people of Gaza and repurpose it for military use, or they just sell it back to them. For example, why are all the Hamas leaders billionaires? And let's be real, these guys clearly are not skipping any meals. While the people of Gaza languish in poverty, these fine gentlemen are living in multi-million-dollar penthouses in Qatar. That lines up with leftist values, or, well, they were billionaires.
I mean, it lines up with Hasan's values.
Yeah. Living in $1 million houses, yeah.
They're all dead. They killed it all. They're all dead. Hamas is a bunch of psychopathic terrorists of the worst order, and nobody would be crazy enough to defend them.
Holy shit.
Is this Hasan again? Hasan defended Hamas? Seriously? Okay. We had to make last-minute changes to this part to prevent it from being age-restricted on YouTube. I cut out the footage from Hamas, and I will attempt to narrate it for you as best I can.
So I guess this is why the content kept getting delayed right here.
Yeah.
In this scene, an older woman is walking hand in hand with a girl who looks about 12. And as they're getting in the back of the van, one of the terrorists gives them a wave goodbye and says goodbye to them in English.
Goodbye. Wake up.
And the two of them smiling wave back.
That's crazy, dog. Dude. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That actually, okay, that's too much. That's more than I expect. Bro, every time they're releasing hostages, the next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
These hostages.
Wow.
What? Come on, man.
You know what? It's actually pretty chill here being kidnapped and raped and
this is like actual sick shit.
Are being
it's
released
actually kind of chill.
What? Dude, that's actually, what the fuck? This is actually crazy. Wait, is he literally watching somebody get abducted?
No, he's watching the release. So the context is that they're getting released and the soldiers are walking the hostages to the car to then send it over back to send the hostages back. And while they're being sent back, they're waving goodbye or whatever. And in the next part, they're like, wave now, wave for the camera.
And Han's like, see?
They're not bad.
They like it.
Every time Ethan plays Hasan's laugh, it sounds demonic.
Yeah.
Point by the people who likely murdered their family in front of them before kidnapping them. Hasan peddling this narrative that they're sad to leave their captors is beyond.
Yeah, literally though. Hold on.
Oh yeah, it's also women and children, by the way, in the video. It's just women and children. And I think there's one like young boy who I think is under 18.
Holy shit.
In this video. So probably all the men in their family are dead. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
What the fuck?
They're releasing hostages. The next wave, they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
These hostages are being released at gunpoint by the people who likely murdered their family in front of them before kidnapping them. Hasan peddling this narrative that they're sad to leave their captors is beyond disgusting.
The next wave, they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good.
It's plainly obvious these are traumatized victims who are scared for their life and doing what the terrorists are telling them to do in order to avoid any conflict on the way out. Oh, look at the sweet masked terrorist with his AK-47. He's so nice. Did you guys see how he waves goodbye?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is some crazy PR. They look traumatized as fuck. Wait, what? Bro, they look like they're chilling.
What?
Okay, man. Come on.
Jesus,
this
man.
Political discourse sucks. Catholics rise.
Catholics rise up. Dude, what is going on? Dude, they look traumatized as shit. Dude, they're just chilling.
Why does he always say that they're just chilling? It's like the third time he said that. And remember he said that to the Houthi pirate?
Who is he getting paid by?
He said that to the Houthi pirate in the, what's it called? The other video. He's like, me and the Houthi pirate, we're just chilling, man. It's just crazy. Are you just chilling with the Chinese guys? You're just chilling?
Yeah.
He always describes these situations as just chill.
Dude, re-education camps. He'll just chill. You know,
why
chill.
is war and hostages and kidnapping chill? Why is that just chilling?
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck is going. I mean, again, Hasan, he's literally like Saudi or Chinese affiliated media. Like, I don't even understand what the fuck, what is going on here.
Yeah.
This girl who had
what is his motivation? I don't get it. What is his motivation to like carry water for these people?
I have no idea. It's his power level hidden.
Foot blasted off on October 7th and then operated on without anesthesia or pain.
Like, who's behind the Hasan psyop? Why did this guy become the biggest Twitch streamer so quickly? Again, his rise was very like immediate. You know, he had a pre-installed job at the Young Turks. He opened up a Twitch channel, started hanging out with Destiny. Then his viewership went from like, 1,000 people to like fucking 40,000 instantly because of the 2020 election.
Yeah.
I mean, if you follow his like growth or whatever, right? It is very sort of strange how quickly this guy took off.
I mean, it's gotta just be like luck with COVID. I mean, realistically, he was streaming every day during that year. If we have to be honest, like in charitable.
Yeah.
He was streaming every fucking day during like the entirety of 2020. So like everyone was locked in their house all day and wanting to talk about politics because COVID.
But I mean, Destiny was doing the same thing. Destiny was on Twitch streaming every day.
He's not as like much of eye candy as Hasan is for people.
Yeah, and Destiny's content is also like more boring and like Hasan is more
a little bit more. He has a little bit more emotion in his. I mean, I
mean,
think
look at this
sometimes he does.
growth though. Like, okay, so he's averaging a few thousand. Then as soon as January 2020 begins, 8,000, 12,000, and then boom. All right, that's the election. Then he's like just chilling here or whatever, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this growth natural?
I mean, when you consider COVID, I'd say it's possible. But yeah, it's definitely, he got astroturfed a bit, but it's definitely, I think it's possible with COVID.
Painkillers is so sorry to say goodbye to her captors. She's gonna miss their hospitality, like being raped and being watched showering and changing.
The next wave, they're gonna be like, actually,
wow.
I'm staying.
It's so obvious the terrorists are telling them what to do. Ethan, how can you say that? They look so happy. Keep waving.
Keep waving.
These morons forgot to cut out this part. Yes, that's a terrorist giving them an order to keep waving. And she does. See how fast she reacts? Totally not a fearful victim of terrorist.
It's called third worldism. Look it up.
Yeah.
Kidnapping. Anyone peddling this nonsense should be embarrassed and ashamed. How pathetic can you get?
The next wave, they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Bro, they look like they're chilling.
All right, the Houthis is one thing, but he's not going to turn on Hamas propaganda videos and watch it on stream. There's no way. Okay, it's getting hard to defend him. Freedom fighters, musical shit.
Here is a video that came out of how Hamas produces their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
He can hardly contain.
What?
How is that a cool thing?
We should ask when Dan Clancy started watching him.
Yeah, when is that the case? Here's Hamas making their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
How awesome is that, guys?
his admiration for them.
Produces their own motherfucking sniper rifle.
Let's see how long he can go without offering any commentary or analysis on this Hamas hype video.
Is that COD?
Nice.
He has an endless plethora of videos to play while he eats, and he chooses this one, by the way.
Where does he find these videos? Who's sending them this?
And he's like, this is great.
1 minute, 36 seconds. Nice.
I watched XQC react to this, and he was freaking out. He was like, dude, Hasan stole my whole mojo, man. Everyone says reacting. I created watching videos. That's what I created. And Hasan stole it from me.
Holy
It's
shit.
like, wow. And then he predicted what Hasan says right here.
Taking his time to analyze and think. I expect nothing less from a journalist such as Hasan. Quiet, everybody.
Wow, dude.
He's about to speak. He's going to talk.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
Yes! Journalism, yes.
We will continue killing your soldiers by our locally manufactured snipers. Wow, there's a little message for the Americans out there as well. They're saying like artisanal snipers. So why am I showing you this?
Good question. Why are you showing us 2 minutes of uninterrupted Hamas propaganda? I'm sure he has a good answer.
The reason why I'm showing you this is because one thing that the Israeli maintenance of the apartheid has shown us is that there are no half measures on genocide. You either got to hit the full gen, okay? You can't do half genocide, a little bit of displacement, and then continue maintaining an apartheid state and maintaining an occupation, okay? Which is basically what America did back in the day when, we were building America, Manifest Destiny, right?
Hold on.
What? Slow down. What?
You showed this to us because of Manifest Destiny? What the fuck are you talking about? This is just word salad. I mean, he's really saying nothing here. So he has no good reason. Got it. Okay, fine. He likes Hamas. He watches their propaganda, but he's not going to deny the violent rapes that took place. That is way beyond the pale.
There is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people still run with it over and over and over again.
Many young
Wait a second. Huh, that's crazy. So women have claimed that they were raped. We don't have direct proof of it. But what about Epstein rights? Isn't that whole like, Pixie claimed this. Maybe she did consent. Why can't we sweep for Destiny the same way? Why can't we just sweep for all these people?
I mean, doesn't this guy cover like allegations against other streamers?
Yes. The Epstein point, you could make the same argument. It's like, well, maybe she consented. We don't know that for sure. She's just claiming that she didn't.
Dude, I might be pulling this out of my ass, but I feel like Hasan covered the Jake Paul allegations. Like,
oh yeah, with the forced blowjob.
Yeah, didn't he cover Jake Paul allegations because he doesn't like Jake Paul, and he said that Jake Paul's a rapist, even though there's literally no evidence other than an allegation. I mean, maybe he didn't. I don't know, but I feel like he's covered a lot of allegations against people.
He does. He covers allegations, and he uses allegations definitively. Now the Epstein stuff, or the Destiny Epstein stuff is pretty bad. Obviously, even with what we have, it's obviously pretty terrible. But he's using that, which has probably less proof than the rapes that happened on October 7th. And he uses that to discredit Ethan, which has no fucking connection to this at all.
Yeah.
He says Ethan's using Epstein clips, but then when it comes to actual rape with at least one verified case, as he brought up, that's just, whatever.
I mean, he hates
Just
like
push it to the
Nux Taku
side.
and Mudahar, remember?
Yep.
Because they watched like Lolly or something.
One time.
Right?
Yep. On the stream.
We watched a clip of him on our Mudahar episode where he was going really hard at Nux and Muda.
Yeah.
But here...
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he calls Trump a rapist daily. Yeah. I'm sure.
The most obvious, duh.
I'm sure he does.
Most
Every
obvious
fucking day.
allegation ever.
Yeah. So...
It's all complete inconsistent bullshit.
Yeah, it means nothing to
were
these people.
simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about? The Stop Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again, doing rape fantasies once again, because they're fucking mentally ill.
Wow.
Wow.
Hamas has committed horrific acts of sexual violence and took
women and girls, men and boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people can't contend with. Like,
I can't believe how quickly leftists go from believe all women to pics or it didn't happen. The vast majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot, obviously.
Gam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped from her home on October 7th by Hamas terrorists and was held captive for 51 days. Though only 17 years old, she witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day and is now speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
Hasan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it happen. And each week there's more stories coming out. There's a UN report that concludes it happened.
Doesn't matter.
But Hasan needs a rape kit from a mutilated body. It's so vile to deny the suffering and trauma of the victims just because you need your heroes at Hamas to be perfect. This conflict will never end until people realize that Palestinian liberation and Israeli security are not mutually exclusive. You need both, and it can be done.
How dare
but not
you.
while people like Hasan lie, propagandize, and incite hate. It's people like him, ironically, that prolong the conflict indefinitely. There's no space for conversation.
Yeah, he gets paid off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like how like a lot of leftist streamers like secretly hope that Trump gets elected because under like a Republican government, they make more money. You know, they make more content or whatever. There's a reason for people to tune into their content, right? It's the same thing with this conflict. Like, if you're Hasan, you want this shit to last for fucking ever.
Yeah, you can just milk it for all time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no space for rational thought. There's no space for nuance. My position on Palestine is like 5 degrees off from where Hasan is. And to him and his community, I'm the devil. I'm a Nazi. It's delusional thinking, and it's destructive to their own cause.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. God forbid you throw up the fucking green Hamas banner.
Oh my God.
And now,
Holy shit. Oh, man. Yo, thank you for becoming a member.
let's move on to our next terrorist organization, Twitch TV. Sinwar, Nasrallah, Dan Clancy.
Dan
of course,
Clancy.
I'm being a little silly when I call Twitch a terrorist organization. It's only a megaphone for terrorist propaganda. Dan Clancy has been the CEO for a few years, and under his leadership, there's been a few notable instances, one being reducing the premium subscription split from 70-30 to 50-50, which he reversed after backlash. He also attempted to ban the size of sponsored logos on stream to 3% of the size of the screen, was also reversed after backlash. So he's essentially achieved nothing. Oh, well, there is one thing. He actually laid off 900 employees. That one he did not take back. But here's where the trouble begins. He likes Hasan. He really likes Hasan. Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys the leftist political commentator Hasan Piker. I like the frankness and the bluntness. He's comfortable saying whatever he believes.
The fuck is this?
They like played sports together or something? I have no idea what the context of this is.
Yo, thank you for the member.
Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking what he believes, he should be on Rumble with the other fringe or radical political streamers. But no, not under Dan Clancy's watch. Dan has elevated him to the status of Twitch Golden Boy. And if you still have doubts, let this settle the matter. Just for clarity, Dan Clancy is the one filming and singing in this video.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy
Wow.
birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan Runs Twitch allegations after
Jesus
this.
Christ.
This is crazy. Oh my God.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm cooked. I'm
Happy
cooked.
birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
I've been looking.
Holy shit. The
I think that was-
entire company?
I think that was like unprompted too, just out of nowhere. He just wanted to glaze the fuck out of his son. Never done this before, never done it again.
Just serenading a specific streamer. Has Twitch ever done that before?
No.
And also a streamer as controversial as Hasan?
I was going to say, I thought the whole point of like Twitch's like moderation policy is that they were like, we're supposed to be not transparent because it removes like possible bias or, you know, excessive criticism. We're not supposed to be transparent about who we like and who we don't like. That's like the point.
I mean, they'll diddle some other streamers, but usually it's like Pokimane or like Ninja. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot less controversial people.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a political pundit.
What is going on here? So is the people behind funding Hasan just Twitch themselves? Like, I guess. I don't know.
Around, and I genuinely have never seen another video like this anywhere, where Dan Clancy or any top executive force all these poor sons of bitches during their lunch break to gather around in the crew room and sing happy birthday for Hasan Piker. How humiliating is that? There's also a small issue of Dan being a total creep.
Want to explore clips?
That's very nice.
And now you have a clips feed. Okay? Mm-hmm. Suppose you want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday. You click there.
Gooning to
It's
all
all
these
just
girls.
like, yeah, it's all just like fucking bikini streamers and just
Gooning
girls.
all day.
And now you're in your stories feed.
Yo!
Okay?
Non-stop.
Just not a single guy streamer gamer.
No diversity.
Very
Sat there and
That's also-
scrolled.
What the fuck? Oops.
Okay. Suppose you want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday. You click there. And now you're in your stories. Okay?
Wow.
That's very nice.
Just gooning all day.
Nice.
You know, Dan, I would have let this creep narrative go. If it didn't happen twice, roll it.
You want to see clips? Swipe this way, and now you're seeing clips. The clips, and that's not necessarily the algorithm.
First of all,
the streamer notices it and cannot help but burst out laughing at his creepy ass.
What the fuck? The CEO, by the way.
You're a creep. But what an incompetent idiot you are. You're the CEO of Twitch, and you get caught with the fucking... You get caught with the girlies on your homepage twice? Bro, come on, dude. You got wife, man. Got daughters. We don't need to know about this. Don't want that in my head, bro. It's also a little bit disturbing considering, you know, he's these people's bosses.
Okay.
All right, so he's incompetent. He's a creep. He's protecting terrorist propagandists. So what's up? So what's the big deal with Dan Clancy? Well, what happened next is what really made me realize how corrupted and rotten Twitch is to the very core of the organization. First, let me introduce you to Frogan.
Why don't you go take a trip to Home Depot and buy some rope?
She's one of Hasan's
Okay.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Why don't you... Wow, that's just crazy.
main moderators. She's leading great discourse like Ethan's Islamophobic for saying, don't kill civilians. She has zero talent. She has 100 concurrent viewers.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh, Ethan.
Shit on her.
Fucking
Fuck
destroy this bitch. 130 average. Come
Fucking
on.
bitch.
But somehow she's always on the homepage. She's winning awards. Nobody's watching her. Nobody cares. Why is she relevant? We don't know. It's important for me to show you guys what an actual horrible person Frogan is so that you can see who Twitch is elevating. So let's start with this clip. Ludwig, a large streamer on Twitch, donated $10,000 to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. That's a wonderful thing to do, right? No, not good enough for Frogan.
I find
$10,000.
It's a big fat chunk of change.
ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where like 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And like ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you, you know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are gonna say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Difference between like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is, but I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile.
Cracker ass take. Really, bitch?
Fuck you.
What the fuck is
I don't
going
think
on?
that the children in Palestine starving give a fuck if Ludwig is white or a cracker. You stupid bitch.
What do you even say wrong there? I missed the part where like Ludwig said something bad. What is she mad about?
He's mad. She's mad because he's like, well, like this is a kind of a political controversial thing and not everyone's going to vibe with it. So I'm not going to do it on my stream, but I'm going to still donate to it.
Okay.
That's what he's saying.
Wow.
It's basically like if we got offered, hey, do you want to come do a stream about Israel for like a day? And we're like, I don't really think that makes sense for our content, but we'll donate to the cause.
So you're crackers now. She just launches a tirade of anti-white hatred.
Yep.
Got it.
And then the children in Palestine are also like, damn, I guess she's right.
You know, I will say it's interesting to see Ethan. You know, he played a clip at the beginning of this video of Hasan calling people crackers. Now he's going after Frogan for saying that. Ethan was pro these guys back then during the whole like cracker controversy of 2021. He was actually pro these guys. He was doing shows about it. He thought it was like the funniest thing in the world.
Like ranking tier lists about whites, you know.
He did, yeah. He did do like a white slur tier list, which is kind of funny. I guess he's backed off of that shit now or whatever.
Yeah, he was radicalized, I guess, by Hasan.
Yeah, he fell for that. I'm just curious, like, what the change there is, right?
I know.
Oh yeah, when he tweeted "white is not a race, dipshit."
Yeah,
remember that?
God, it's so cringe.
Yeah,
total loser.
Mayo monkey.
Arabs are dying, but you know, I'm not gonna tell you to donate. Do whatever you want. Me, I donated $10,000, but I'm not gonna promote it. Just don't say you donated $10,000 then. Like, if you're not actively believing, if you don't believe in the cause, and if you're not against genocide at this point, like, keep your fucking money. Keep your $10,000. Keep your little chump change. Like,
keep your chump change.
You want to say like congratulations?
Imagine being
keep your
Frogan,
chump change.
a leftist living in LA in comfort, begging for her rent money on stream, and telling displaced and famished Palestinians.
And she's fat too, and she's a fat, ugly bitch.
Yeah.
By the way,
emergency rent $800. What the fuck? You can't even pay your own rent?
Children.
Maybe you should stop being a streamer. You know, maybe
Yes.
they've tried. Hasan's tried, Twitch themselves have tried to make you a thing, and it's just clearly not working. You can't even pay your rent comfortably.
Yeah.
You're living paycheck to paycheck doing this fucking shit.
And she
maybe
can't-
it's time to pack it up.
Yeah, I think 10K wouldn't be chump change to your fat ass. Imagine how much DoorDash you could get with that fucking money. Huh? How much DoorDash would you order and eat on stream with your fat pig mouth while you tell children in Palestine that they don't deserve the money? Disgusting fucking whore.
No, kids, you need to give that 10,000 back. Ludwig didn't pass my purity test.
Keep your fucking money.
Keep your money is crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
Keep your 10,000.
But wait, there's more.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. The U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
While she eats, while she jams food in her mouth.
Wow.
Arrow, no student loans, fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
This clip obviously made the rounds on social media and rightfully outraged a lot of people. Here's how she responded the next day.
I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America. And they posted it in my head. I'm like, based?
Wow.
Based?
Just disgusting.
Like, am I supposed to be like, I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Based?
The smug defiance Rogan is showing is only because she knows that Twitch will do nothing to moderate her, despite veterans being classified as a protected group in Twitch's own community guidelines. But wait, there's more.
Okay, 6250.
She then put out a fake ass apology after that stupid clip we just watched where she's like, oh, I'm based. She tried to be like, well, you know, I think just the beginning kind of came out wrong, but I don't really agree with how it came off, and I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Putting out like this fucking
These guys are such pussies. Again, they want to be extremists. They want to LARP as communists. They want to LARP as like badasses or whatever, right? But then they can't own any of the actual positions that they have that sound a little scary.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Nick Fuentes, he doesn't back away. When he says crazy shit, you know what I mean? He doesn't back away from it. He's like, actually, I have a more nuanced, safe sounding take for. No, he just says the shit that's on his mind.
Yeah.
These guys have a ton of shit they want to say on their mind, but they just run away from it.
She's a loser.
Wow.
9/11 baking stream with Raph and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
What the fuck? Really? I mean, these people are just terrorists.
Yeah, I mean,
Final
it's
straw
just
for me.
disgusting.
You'll notice the date is October 7th, 2023, the morning of the massacre, at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. At this moment, Hamas militants had infiltrated a music festival and several...
Yeah, safe edgy, by the way. If I called her a fucking slur, she would cry.
Yeah, well, she literally cried on stream when Miskiff questioned if she's really a rising star and gave her some shit. She unironically cried on stream, tears in her eyes, wiping it off. Like, I don't like that you talk to me that way. I mean, she's a complete pussy. Total bitch.
Kibbutzim, where they began their wanton slaying of civilians. Here's what she tweeted. Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America. But as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. It's not what she said. It's when she said it. While she's on Twitter celebrating, I was listening to the local news in Israel. Families were calling into news stations begging for help. Let me show you what I mean.
Holy shit.
The morning of October 7th, Israelis were listening to calls like this all morning long, dozens of them. Imagine reading this tweet after listening to this. This woman should have moved on years ago to another profession, but for some reason Twitch is obsessed with keeping her on life support. And instead of moderating her, they actually gave her an award, Together for Legendary Woman, in which she would get front page.
So he's kind of like, I don't know if he's doing like an etiquette type thing where he's like
No, because you consider January 6th, any person who gave any type of slightly positive comments about January 6th, the day it was happening, is nuked politically for all fucking time. And it's used against them for all time. But when you look at October 7th, which was infinitely fucking worse than January 6th could ever imagine to be, she is openly celebrating, this is the revolution that we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
On the day it's fucking happening where people are slaughtered and killed, right?
Yeah.
So no, it's not a fucking etiquette situation. I know what you're trying to say, but it's not an etiquette situation.
I'm not saying that like definitively, or it's kind of just like Ethan using like, or is it like Ethan using like dead people to like get an own on like?
No, I understand what you're saying, but no, it's a situation of when there's a active event like this happening, you don't put out tweets celebrating it when people are like, you don't even know what's happening. I mean, it's like so reactionary to just instantly celebrate something where it's like, oh yes, finally it's revolt, and when it's like civilians just getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
By terrorists. It's like,
yeah,
you have to be. That just proves that she's at best completely fucking ignorant, and what is it? Just
at
not
worst,
even
intentionally
inconsiderate.
lying. Or yeah, exactly.
At
Being
best.
intentionally like, yeah. Well, the other thing too is like Hasan literally, like, remember Hasan on Piers Morgan where he was like, you know, people just want to obfuscate from the conversation away from the genocide that's going on. The genocide. He spams that talking point all the fucking time. So I guess Ethan's basically doing like the same thing, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, it shows that at best she's just completely inconsiderate and retarded, and at worst she supports the attack and the killing of the civilians. At worst.
Look at the shit that's on the screen. Exciting news. Twitch has chosen me to be featured as a legendary woman on the front page, Together for Legendary Women front page carousel, not just for March, but for the entire year. In 2024, when these clips took place, by the way, Frogan was listed as a legendary woman of the year.
For a whole year.
Holy shit. Okay.
Placement all year long. This is actually my favorite detail about Frogan. She won a Rising Star Award at the Streamer Award, an award show put on by her friends. And then the next year, guys, she gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they fucking with her? You can't be Rising Star twice. It's up or it's down.
Someone says Aiden gets streams to more people than Frogan.
Oh God, that's actually true.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, man. In fact, you were never up. That was the problem. They tried to pretend like you were up, but you were always down. Rising Star twice. What's this, fucking Mario Kart? You hit a boost up there or some shit?
Oh my, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Oh man, I feel like we've been on After Hours. We've been making fun of Frogan since like 2020.
Yeah, she sucks.
And we always use the same jokes against her because they're so relevant. It's like, when are you gonna get views?
Yeah.
When are you actually gonna get an audience?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because Frogan is the two-time Rising Star champ.
You
and
know,
because of her
you know what her counter to this is on Twitter? She says, he actually got this wrong. I was nominated in 2022 and I lost because I had 100 average viewers. Then I was nominated in 2023 and I won because I had 700 average viewers. That's actually what happened.
Really?
And I'm like, you still don't get to be well, yeah, but also it still is. Why are you nominated for Rising Star twice? That's not how it happens.
Right.
You're rising in the year of 2022. 100 viewers, by the way.
How are you even nominated?
How is that even,
how the fuck did you get on there? I get way more viewers on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. You could, yeah. So you lost, and you get to rise again because you now have 700. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
One day, Frogan will rise.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
massive viewership of 100 concurrent viewers.
Dude, which is fucking harder? Her to rise on Twitch or her to rise out of her fucking bed?
Yeah, her fat ass.
It makes sense that Twitch would give her one of the main stages at TwitchCon to do a 45-minute long segment. Her idea, that was Twitch approved, an Arab to Jew racial tier list. So the premise is who can say Habibi, an Arabic word of affection like baby or sweetheart. And this tier list determines who can say it. Top and most desirable tier is Arab. And at the bottom, the worst one is, quote, loves Sabra.
Okay. These people also cry about dog whistles all the time. You're dog whistling. Everything a conservative says is like a secret coded language for what they really mean, you know?
Yeah.
Now, why does Love Sabra equate to Jews? Sabra is a well-known Israeli company that makes hummus. They've been on the divestment list for many, many years, so the activists are well aware of their status. Oh yeah, and Sabra literally means a Jew that was born in Israel.
It also plays up an anti-Semitic trope that denies Jewish identity in the Middle East. There's this idea that Israelis are all white colonizers who are stealing the culture and identity of Arabs to make it seem like they belong there. Watch Frogan and her co-hosts accuse Israelis of culturally appropriating Arab culture.
The one thing that's like funny is that there's two types of like genocide, right? There's like genocide of real people, and then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like, this is fucking funny. Like, those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create...
What the fuck was that? Yo, wait a minute.
Trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact that they
Okay.
have the audacity to create Sabra and make that like the staple hummus of America, insane.
It's super offensive to us. And like, that's actual like cultural appropriation. Like, people get mad when someone has like dreadlocks and they call that culture. I'm like, come on, it's just like a hairdo. Like, it's okay. People, like, white people are allowed to have dreadlocks if they want dreadlocks. But like, actually trying to claim our food, our desserts.
Just one question for you guys.
Who the fuck do you think is making the hummus in Israel? Martha Stewart? No, it's the same fucking Arabic-speaking Jews that you kicked out in the 1950s. Yes, they also like hummus, and they like all the same shit you do. Because they are you. They're from your country. You kicked them all out, and now you're accusing them of stealing your culture. You want to talk about cultural genocide? Well, here it is. You racist piece of shit.
Those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Hey, scumbag, here's a hummus place we used to eat at. The chef is from Yemen.
Here's another dude from Syria. Does this dude look like a white colonizer to you? Would you like to tell him he's stealing your culture? Well, this is what most Israelis look like.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create subreddits.
This is casual bigotry being passed around like a leftist talking point. It's exactly why people are saying that anti-Semitism is coming mostly from the left. And yes, I know this dipshit is also Jewish. Incredible. He picked up so many tokens, he actually became one. And by the way,
holy shit.
Wow.
W Jujo.
Everybody on this panel is looking pretty fucking white themselves. So bearing all of this in mind, it's really not a stretch to say that the Love Sabra bracket is a dog whistle for Israelis or Jews.
The next person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one. That's good. All right, turn that up. Turn your
We all know where this is going.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke in my.
Stand up.
That
well,
guy's so
obviously it's Love
cringe.
Sabra, right?
Yeah, it has to
That's
be.
easy. That's definitely Love Sabra.
She apparently consulted with the head of the KKK, and he told her, more subtle. So if it wasn't obvious enough, they pulled me, one of the best-known Jewish creators, and immediately put me in Sabra. Hasan, by the way, who's Turkish, not Arab, is Arab. That's the good one. That's the good one. The Arab ethnicity is S tier. Then
Yeah, why is the top of the list like ethnicity Arab, and then the bottom isn't? that
makes no sense.
No sense. It's not consistent.
Denham's jokes that we don't have a category low enough for Zionists. Once again, calling out my Jewish identity.
Where's the? You guys are missing a category for Zionist.
And if it isn't about being Jewish, why would they put Ben Shapiro in the thumbnail? One of the other most prominent
Wow.
Ben Shapiro.
Yo.
Jews on YouTube, and the category next to me when he's not even featured in the game. Who's next down there? Anne Frank? Einstein? Seth Rogen?
Oh my
Schindler?
God.
Well, he wasn't Jewish, but they would put him down there, let's be real. It also doesn't help their case that both my wife and Ben Shapiro's wife were born in Israel, which would make them Sabras. So love Sabra, literally in this case, means Jew lover. That sounds pretty racist.
Oh my God, dude.
Wow. That's a bit of a like.
That's kind of a
connecting the dots.
Yeah,
stretch,
a little
but-
bit of a stretch, maybe. I don't even know though. It's like.
Yeah.
And what about the
That's,
title? How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Hold on a minute. I thought this was about
Yeah. Wait.
hummus. You know,
What?
I'm tired of these people gaslighting
how
me.
Arab are they?
How Arab are they? That's not what the fucking thing was.
Yeah.
It was who can say Habibi.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
What?
These Twitch streamers. Hold on a minute. I thought this was about hummus. You know, I'm tired of these people gaslighting me. Haven't the Jews been gassed enough? So
You know
tell
what?
me you
Oh my God.
Oh my.
What the fuck, dude?
understand what a microaggression is, but you can't understand why a Jewish man might be uncomfortable with this. I feel like this is indefensible.
That is a
blatant,
true point.
obvious
Another thing that they always cry about on the left is microaggressions. It's a microaggression.
Right, yeah.
It's like, this is the, by definition, a fucking microaggression. Even if you think it's not what
it's not like they're calling him like a fucking slur or something, right?
Yeah, it's a microaggression where it's something subtle where you kind of do something to fuck with someone or disrespect them.
Yeah.
Dude.
Anti-Semitism, and this was greenlit by Twitch to appear on their main stage. How is that even?
Yeah, by the way, this is an official Twitch like show, presentation, like event. This is like E3 for Twitch or whatever. TwitchCon. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Right? And this is an official this is crazy.
How bad do you think his smells under
Ew.
Florence hijab?
Terrible. The sweep for this is that they put denims on Love Sabra, but I don't even know if that's true. That's what I heard they said in the Hasan subreddit.
Oh, wow.
That's the sweep, is that they put denims down there.
Okay.
So it's actually okay.
Got it. What is the fuck does that
That's
mean?
what they say. They say they ignore the fact that denims is actually under Love Sabra as well.
Okay.
That
and
yeah, that's what Hasan subreddit
Wow.
says is the counter to it.
Possible.
So.
Right in front of their spawn.
Who loves chicken? I put like 2 black people than myself. It's like, see guys?
Okay.
It's like
it's not really meant
this
to
isn't
be
a
that.
yeah.
Sponsors too: Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. This racial tier list was brought to you by our sponsors, Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. This is an example of Twitch management elevating a racist nobody like Frogan at the detriment of their own company's well-being. Why? After the predictable controversy this caused, Dan Clancy, the CEO, went live for the first time after 2 weeks and did an FAQ.
It's exciting to be here. Mary, thanks for having me. It's always a joy to do this with you. And we have a lot to talk about. And looking forward to questions.
Let's take a look at some of the questions they got. This person asked, do you plan on addressing the anti-Semitism problem? Dan's response, permanent ban. Why do you not ban streamers that show terrorist propaganda on your website? Good question. Permanent ban. Do you care to comment about the ADL and anti-Semitism on Twitch? Bam!
Wow, that's just like a normal ass question.
I mean, the first 2 I'd be like, it sounds like just chat shitters. So honestly, I'm not surprised he would ban something like that.
Yeah.
But the last one, it's like, hey, you want to address this?
The controversy?
Yeah.
Fuck is the CEO banning people for asking reasonable questions about a relevant controversy they've been in? What the fuck is this? These are not even written like in a mean way. You are banned, just like the entire country of Israel. It had just been discovered at the same time as this tier list that Twitch had secretly, without announcing it anywhere, banned the entire country of Israel from creating new accounts. This was enacted right after October 7th, and it continued on for a year. And if you're wondering how you didn't hear about it before, it's not because the Israelis weren't talking. Here's the top Israeli streamer's video about it, which is entitled, Twitch does not want Jews on their platform. He explains that they slowly started to realize no accounts could be made, and him and his fellow Israeli streamers were causing a lot of noise to get noticed. But Twitch completely ignored them for 5 months. When he created a support ticket with Twitch, it was straight up deleted with zero explanation. Around the end of the year, when people started talking about anti-Semitism on Twitch, Dan Saltman discovered the Israel ban when he was sent the code proving the block happened, presumably from someone who works at Twitch, and it could no longer be ignored. Israeli and American media started to pick up the story, which finally forced Twitch to respond. He also explains the block started on October 13th, which happens to be Global Jihad Day, when Islamic terrorists call—
Oh my God. Global Day of Jihad? What? Yo.
On others globally to act, which he thinks is an odd coincidence. They were never notified in any way, and it greatly affected their business. He says he doesn't feel safe with Dan Clancy in power, as he feels he can no longer trust him. When Israelis try to sign up, it gives you a generic error message. It doesn't say anything to suggest that you're ineligible because you're in Israel. So when one of these guys wrote to Twitch customer service, this is what they said. I am really sorry that you are having issues creating an account. We have reviewed your case thoroughly and can confirm that, unfortunately, you are not eligible to create a Twitch account. As a result, we will be closing your case at this time.
Under the new increased scrutiny, Dan Clancy panicked and posted 2 terrible explanations on Twitter that were immediately community noted.
How can Twitch say on one hand that they've reviewed the case thoroughly, and then on the other hand say it was an accident and they didn't know? This is all very fishy. A big media company like Twitch doesn't realize that their new account signups from Israel has completely flatlined? You're telling me that you guys didn't notice that? That's impossible. Then, at the same time, it was announced that Sneeko, Fresh and Fit, and the little Houthi twink terrorists were all
the terrorists too?
Yeah, he did.
What? He had I remember I watched one of his streams. He had 100 followers and no viewers.
Yeah, they explicitly went and unbanned him that day.
What the fuck? How?
banned, and they could stream again on Twitch. This is like the holy trinity of anti-Semitism.
So guys, yeah, we're back on Twitch. Welcome. I know we had gotten banned or whatever, or we got suspended, but I went ahead and appealed it, and we're back in the house, man. So for all the haters out there that were like, oh yeah, they got banned on Twitch. Hey, be mad. Be mad, guys, because we are back in the house. They can't stop us.
They did stop that, and now we're like.
I mean, honestly, why aren't Sneeko or Fresh and Fit allowed to be on Twitch, right? Because it can't, why not?
They're anti-progressive.
So that's the line.
It's not the anti-Israel, that doesn't matter, or anything.
Yeah, they're just anti, being gay or whatever.
Yeah.
Later. All 3 of the accounts were eventually rebanned, but the decision to unban those 3 creators at that exact time, and being 3 of the best-known anti-Semites on the internet, seems to clearly be trying to send a message. And then it was discovered that Twitch's head of policy and community guidelines was previously fired from her job publicly by the British government. Why? She does not like the Jews.
That's right. Their head of trust and safety was previously suspended from her job at Ofcom for being too anti-Zionist.
Hold on, what were those articles? UK TV regulator Ofcom suspends director for liking Instagram posts accusing Jews of ethnic cleansing.
Her head of trust and safety was previously suspended from her job
at
Ofcom for being too
calling Israel an apartheid state.
Anti-Zionist. And guess where her very next job was at? That's right, Twitch TV.
Apparently she was posting pro-Hamas tweets only mere days after October 7th happened.
That's so interesting. It sounds just like someone else we know. It's almost like supporting terrorists is institutional. Hell, it might even be a prerequisite.
Holy shit.
Take a look at this tweet from Twitch's senior manager of inclusive marketing, Bridget Chermating, on October 12th. People are posting screenshots of them donating to Israel relief funds. Shake my head, y'all are truly rooting for the oppressor. Read a damn book. This tweet was made only 5 days after the October 7th massacre. The donations she's criticizing would go to families like this, if they were still alive.
Wow.
Israel Relief Fund? That's not even it's not the Israel War Fund, right?
Yeah. It's she's wording it as if the fund is to kill more Palestinian kids or whatever.
Yeah.
You're donating to the oppressors. It's no.
This is
there's other people also dying in this thing, right?
Yeah.
What?
What the hell, man?
This entire family was murdered in cold blood by Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Bridget, who did these little girls oppress? How can you act so high and mighty for your cause and be so callous and inhuman for the innocents on the other side? This statement was made by the senior manager for inclusive marketing. Is that some kind of joke? Is this what
inclusive marketing, by the way?
Yeah.
The most PC, soy safe job of all time?
Yes.
And this is what's going on here?
It looks like at Twitch?
Is it really crazy at this point, after all this, to say that Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem? I think it would be harder at this point to argue the opposite.
Oh, Bridget, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Can you tell me the answer to this riddle?
What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? I'm standing by. Let us know. And yes, it's true. I should point out this tweet is from 2011. This one, however, is from 22. Sarah Silverman tweeted out, Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter.
Hold on now. The first tweet. What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid?
Yep. People looked it up. Apparently, the answer is the Boy Scout comes back from the camp.
Wait, what? And she became like the head of inclusivity and safety at Twitch?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yep. That's the answer.
Dude, people can't even tweet anything racist without getting fired from their jobs. Yet somehow this person got how?
Yep.
How the fuck? What is going on right now, dude?
That's just crazy.
2011. This one, however, is from
Dude, the cultural shift is like real. Like, what the fuck?
Remember how the whole left after like the Elon Nazi salute, they're all like, try to do that at your job. Try to do the Nazi salute at your job and see what happens. You'll get fired. Well, apparently you can make a Jewish death camp joke about how Jews die in
yeah,
camps.
what?
And actually, you won't just not get fired. You'll actually get promoted to specifically the inclusive, loving PC culture
How the
area.
fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, remember like 4 years ago when they hired like the fucking deer person to do something on Twitch?
The deer person?
Yeah, like the person that thought they were deer, like the trans deer.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember
vaguely.
that controversy?
vaguely.
Yeah.
That was just what was so weird.
That's what we were dealing with 4 years ago. Now, this is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
from 22. Sarah Silverman tweeted out, Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter and it's not even trending. Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The science is so loud. Bridget said, this was the energy I was around when I worked with 2 Jewish women in social impact, who are both senior to me. She's trying to make Sarah Silverman seem like some kind of Jewish Karen for caring about the anti-Semitism. I wouldn't really care about any of this if
Sarah Silverman sucks.
she wasn't the head of fucking diversity at Twitch.
That is true, though.
Yeah.
If you're going to be the soy PC position, you have to be accepting.
What is happening here? This is insane. So with people like her deciding what is and isn't okay on Twitch, there's no surprise that you end up with these extraordinarily uneven enforcements of the rules. Take, for example, this clip of the streamer Destiny. He was permanently banned for what he said here.
That community is never worth engagement. There's just no point in doing it. Like, it's too, the risk of me like ending up getting like permabanned and my life destroyed because of these like inbred fucking disgusting losers is like, it's just not worth it. It's just
Destiny talk about trans people.
Specifically, insane Twitter trans people that will flag the fuck out of you and destroy your career. That's what he's talking about. Because the Hasan cope for this, the Hasan subreddit cope is Destiny's just calling all trans people inbred. That's what the Hasan cope is, which is not fucking true.
No, he's calling like the fucking, the
insane Twitter,
the Keffels types, right?
Yeah, that will ruin your life.
You know, and Vosh has done a similar segment, by the way. Vosh did an entire like 5-hour stream back in 2019 talking about how like he hates like the trans community.
Twitter trans community, yeah.
Remember that like deleted like 5-hour like stream where he's just screaming about killing them all or something like that, right? It's like this is actually a relatively common take from this side of the internet.
Yeah,
right?
and he's calling that community in particular inbred.
By the way, this is the first time Destiny's been referenced in this video. We're at an hour 37 of hour 43. First time Destiny's mentioned.
Yeah.
But apparently this whole video is bootlicking Destiny.
And it's all Epstein talking points.
Right.
really not worth it.
And okay, fair enough. If you're going to be consistent with the enforcement, then, let's have a friendly place, a safe environment. It's calling a minority group inbred, which results in a permanent ban. Okay. Has anyone else done that?
The Jewish KKK brigades out there, just a bunch of fucking inbred hicks. Imagine the most inbred white supremacist guy you can imagine, okay? Every week there was another fucking psychopathic settler, inbred fucking douchebag. Oh, these inbred fucking douchebags in the background, dude.
Wow.
A nation entirely comprised of messianic, inbred, ultra-Orthodox psychopaths that these inbred don't understand. Educated, inbred, fundamentalist hicks.
Calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli flag in the middle of campus, carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs outside of campus.
Untrained, inbred asses shipped into southern Lebanon, telling us that we are all inbred and that we have no culture.
You want to see clips?
Inbred.
The editing on this.
So calling the radicals of a group inbred, which is what Destiny
the same
did.
thing.
Calling the radical trans online community inbred.
Dude.
The clips, and that's not necessarily the algorithm.
Wow.
Hasan, a non-Jewish person, is referring to Jews as inbred consistently throughout his career.
Inbred, ultra-Orthodox psychopaths.
Zero punishment. Hasan interviewing a Houthi pirate.
The Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
0 punishment. Hasan watching terrorist propaganda with 0 critical commentary.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
0 punishment. Hasan threatening a sitting congressperson. This one actually blew my mind. When I saw he tweeted that, I said, he's done.
Oh my God, I saw this tweet too. What the fuck?
For sure. For sure he is. For those that may not recognize this weapon, I'll explain. Shinzo Abe is a former Japanese prime minister. He served from 2012 to 2020. He was assassinated in July of 22 in a stunning fashion that left the Japanese public horrified. He was killed with a makeshift weapon that the shooter had built himself at home. So when Hasan saw this tweet that he didn't like, he posted the schematics in what can only be presumed as an invitation to someone in his fan base to build this weapon and then assassinate this sitting.
Yo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate that, everybody.
Oh, 07s for Atlantis.
Appreciate that. Also, we are 2 minutes from the goal.
Congressperson who wrote a tweet he did not like. I genuinely do not know how he didn't land himself in prison for making terroristic threats. 0 punishment.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
And this isn't just a Hasan problem. It underscores a disturbing trend among leftists on Twitch. The problem is, if you can believe it, these people are frequently making death threats and facing 0 consequence. I know it sounds far-fetched, but I assure you it's very real.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Bro, that Destiny guy needs to get Not gonna fucking lie.
It would just be so easy to just, it would solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and
We would have socialism at this point if somebody killed Destiny. That's.
I think he's talking about someone else, but
I thought this clip was about Destiny.
I think this is about the Civil War. I read that this is about like the Civil War. Or
I remember when this went viral, though. I swear this
guy
about
has
Destiny.
another clip where he's raging about Destiny, but I think in this one he's not. But still, he's calling for violence. So
Who's he wanting to kill, though?
I don't know. I think it's a different time. That's why I was saying we'd have socialism at this point. It's not like if Destiny died in the last year, we'd randomly have socialism. He's referencing some time history, but still, he's calling for violence.
It was about Destiny. I remember it. Yeah. The clip's about. I remember watching it. Yeah. He's talking about Destiny.
I don't know. I think it's a different one. But I know this guy was having crazy clips, but I think this one in particular was a different one. But this guy is he's always called to fucking violence about a million different things too.
Yeah.
Destiny as well.
And all Hasan's friends do this, by the way. They do like death threats on stream. And again,
they do.
I'm not going to moralize about it, right? But I will say the difference is that they're not joking, right? They're not joking and they're not getting any sort of punishment for this shit.
Yeah.
it would be so easy.
Thing that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Actually, Mike from PA, the dude that's stuck in the before image of a transformation story, did receive a 3-day ban.
This man put a bounty.
Casey Tron reacted to this part and coped that this image is photoshopped.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not
I've seen
photoshopped.
the video. It's fucking straight, real. Not
why?
fucking
Because he looks
photoshopped.
like a disgusting fat rat?
Yes.
Is that why it's
Casey Tron
photoshopped?
coped and said this was photoshopped.
Holy shit.
On a fellow streamer's head. This man should not be getting a 3-day suspension. He should be getting a knock on his door from the FBI.
I made this video for 2 reasons. First, to stop Hasan infiltrating mainstream media. Hasan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just trying to spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally. If you ever see Hasan rubbing shoulders with anyone from mainstream media, let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, other fringe, radical, political commentators. Number 2, Twitch must be held accountable. Twitch has proven that it will not change by choice. And so it is our moral imperative to enact that change.
Naming the sponsors. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, now Nick's take is that you should just attack Amazon because Amazon owns Twitch.
Well, I feel like that's the same thing as going after the regular sponsors.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're worried about like going after sponsors hurting other creators, going after Amazon.
For this stream.
I think going after Amazon does the same thing. Thank you for that donation, by the way.
Well, it's more like, I think the idea is not necessarily about worrying about hurting streamers. I don't think that's really the argument. I think it's like hitting the head of the snake is more the argument.
Well, I listened to Nick's stream, and Nick was talking about how the reason why going after sponsors is bad is because it does hurt creators.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe, but again, it's about going after like the head of the snake. Like Amazon itself needs to hear the problem with their platform.
But that would still hurt creators, though.
Yeah, I guess, but no, I mean, they're in charge of the TOS, Amazon, not the sponsors. So of course the sponsors leaving would obviously result in Amazon, like, you know, assessing the situation. But Amazon's in charge of the website and the TOS and the enforcement and Dan Clancy and all these things.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's Nick's argument. I mean, I don't know. That's me paraphrasing it, but.
Question though, what are they supposed to do? If they don't do this, they're just going to continue it.
They don't do what?
What are they supposed to, like, what are we supposed to do, like, to go after, like, Twitch or something? If they don't do this, they're going to continue to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, like the adpocalypse or whatever, I don't think it ever really works. Like, I've never seen an adpocalypse actually be productive in like the cause that it's trying to like, solve there or whatever. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so this is like the classic Ethan Klein move, right? Going after the sponsors. He did this with Keemstar and G Fuel and stuff like that. I think he even went after other sponsors of games.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just kind of like, really? Like, we're doing this? Like, I mean, criticize Twitch, criticize the platform. I don't really think going after the company really does anything that benefits people. All it does is just fuck over creators that have nothing to do with this, that are caught in the crossfire, that use Twitch and make content.
Yeah.
That's not the fucking problem.
I mean, I think that's why it's go after Amazon. Because let's say, like, if something happens, Amazon's not going to be like, okay, Acer, you're gone. But if you go to Acer and you say, hey,
well, Amazon's going to cut off Twitch, right?
Well, maybe they'll cut off Twitch, or maybe they'll redo their TOS enforcement, right? Or redo the CEO, or redo the head of trust and safety. Whereas if you go after Acer, then Acer's like, I'm out, bye, and there's less ads and less money, right? So it's more like, what is the result of attacking one or the other things? Realistically, what is like the long-term response?
I don't really know.
I mean, if Amazon sells,
I don't know why Amazon even cares about Twitch at all, to be honest with you, because Twitch doesn't make them any money.
Yeah, I think
and Twitch has been like a dying. It's been like a dying platform for years now. So I don't really know why they even care about Twitch, but or what benefit Twitch really serves to really anything. It's kind of just like
you think if they got like a ton of backlash over this, they just say fuck it, shut it down.
That's what I feel like. I mean, I'm totally guessing, you know, but I feel like that would happen, but I'm not really sure.
Any reasonable means that we can. Samsung, Chevron, and Capcom. Twitch has given them a lasting association with a racial tier list with Arabs at the top and Jews at the bottom. These brands have every right to know. And they should. We all recall YouTube's adpocalypse. It happened when ads were running over ISIS recruitment videos, and it caused a brand exodus. The same thing is happening now on Twitch, but instead of ISIS, it's the Houthis.
I swear, is this a Mandela effect, or am I remembering this correctly? I remember part of the adpocalypse was like I'll wait for this first.
Streamers have options. Twitch isn't the only
Yeah, but when you're a streamer that's only on Twitch, like it's a little bit of a pain in the cock to like move to another platform.
Yeah. Okay, I remember the adpocalypse being a Coca-Cola ad over a like song with the N-word, like some sort of Southern N-word, like really strong song.
I thought it was ISIS videos.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's saying, and I could totally be the case. For some reason, my memory of the adpocalypse is a Coca-Cola ad on a N-word song. That's what I remember starting it years ago.
Yeah,
but that could be totally wrong. But that's like, for some reason, that's what I've always thought it was. I was like, over Johnny Rebel.
People also, Johnny Rebel. People also blame PewDiePie for the adpocalypse because of his like "Death to All Jews" video.
Yeah.
You know, PewDiePie actually wrote the slogan for the Houthis, by the way. You know, that's
oh my god, with the Indians like dancing
he actually
around
created that. Yeah, the Houthis are just big PewDiePie. They're not terrorists. The Houthis aren't terrorists. It's a PewDiePie reference, guys. Come on.
Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah. Dan Clancy's refusal to moderate extremists is the only reason for any of this. He is the sole person to blame. He had so many opportunities to stop this. Ultimately, after dedicating months of my life to creating this video, I am left with one overwhelming conclusion. Fuck this dude.
Let's go.
W.
That's the end of the video, guys. I like how chat knows who Johnny Rebel is, by the way. That actually pleases
They're all
me.
like, classic Johnny Rebel. W, Johnny Rebel.
Guys, that is the Ethan Klein content nuke. Overall, I thought it was a very good video. I feel like for people that have been following this story like all throughout the year, it was maybe boring for them because they already have seen. This video wasn't really new information.
Well, that's what Willie said. Willie was like, we've all said this before.
Well, it's like, yeah, okay, Willie and Nick have covered this for like a year, but just because they've covered it doesn't mean that like, you know, the video serves no purpose, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, this is hitting a wider audience, I think, than either of them have hit in like of all time. It's at 1.3 million views in a day.
Right.
The content nuke. So I think this, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Willie's videos hit that much views.
I sometimes forget how scathing Ethan's videos can be. I wish he was more often like this and not soy.
You can tell he wants to break into this. We're going to play a little bit of a segment of him reacting to Bo Blacks after this because I thought it was like a really funny segment to watch.
Yeah.
And he kind of gets like trapped into like, he's still like chained. You know what I mean? Ethan is still chained by his soy audience, mostly on his podcast channel. I kind of like him to just ditch the podcast and do these videos because I don't really think Ethan is very good live. You know, I mean, he has his moments for sure, but
you like him more in the video format.
I think he's much stronger as a video producer than a podcast guy. I don't really care for his podcast that much. I think he's way more effective at this, and I think for a video that for him to make a video and he hasn't made one in the last like 5 years, this was damn good.
It was
concise. It was to the point. It was relatively fast paced. I mean, it was an hour 43 minutes long, but the first time I watched this, I wasn't bored.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't bored. I was laughing. The bits were good. The editing was on point. He brought out like the 2015 like meme folder, like all the classic edits, all the stuff. I mean, I was worried that this video again was going to be too political and too boring. And yeah, sure, obviously it's political, right? But it wasn't like, you know, like just drainingly political.
Yeah, it wasn't too much.
And it was funny.
Is if he switched up like he did 4 years ago, or if he's genuinely switching.
He's not switching up because he's still a he's still a leftist, he's still progressive, and he's still soy. You know what I mean? In general, right? It's just he's not as obnoxious, I think, as he used to be. Like you watch clips of him like a few years ago, he's just fat and lazy and tired and annoying and just
stupid ass comments,
saying crazy ass shit. I think now the difference is that Ethan has like a decent group of people behind him, primarily Dan. You know, I think Ethan has like better people around him that kind of rein him in more and actually care about him. And as a result, it's made the content a lot better. I mean, remember, like, there's like a clip of Ethan showing this video to Dan before, like a few weeks ago. And Dan was kind of like, you know, a little bit iffy on the video. Or he at least gave out the impression that he was like, I don't think this video is like the home run you think it is. Let's talk about it off air.
Right.
And I'm curious to see like if Dan had any sort of creative direction in this video or if Ethan took his like, you know, advice seriously. But I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know if he had creative direction, but yeah, for sure. He was definitely like, yeah, I'm the critical eye. I'm the guy who's the goal of me is to make sure that, you know, you're not getting points wrong or whatever, which I think, you know, I think Dan serves a good role in Ethan's life in that avenue. So.
Yeah, and I think that's just the difference. I think Ethan's been burned by the worst people in the world, and I think he just has better people around him, so he's not as like drainingly obnoxious and just terrible as he used to be. Like, I think that's just the difference.
Yeah.
The Anne Frank bit where he's holding the book is honestly one of the funniest
yeah,
things he did.
There was a lot of funny edits in this, man. I really was shocked by how much I enjoyed this video. I mean, I was not like super high for Content Nuke. I was kind of just like, ugh, we have to talk about Palestine on the show. But no, I think it was fine. Like there was nothing really like draining about it. I don't know. I enjoyed the stream, and we're not done yet. But
well, I mean, it's especially nice because he doesn't have the insanely radical position. I mean, if this argument was like, Ethan Klein, we must nuke and kill Gaza versus Hasan, we must nuke and kill Israel, then it'd be a lot worse.
It'd just be fucking insufferable.
Just be fucking completely insufferable. But Ethan's position is actually moderate and reasonable from what I've seen. So it makes it a lot more easy to engage with when it's not just, actually, we should kill women and children, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because they're terrorists.